Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Last Call for Adventure. We are your Wednesday morning crew?
Yeah.
Club?
Yes.
Buddies?
Because
Because I was like, well, MCU crew is a crew. I was like, do I overuse that word? That's what that was a pause. We are your Wednesday morning friends. Hi. D&D friends specifically. And we're here with episode 7 of our second group of adventurers. Their final episode. See if everything can conclude with a satisfactory conclusion. But first, let's meet our wonderful adventurers. Dodger, you're up first. Who do you play and who are you?
Hello, I'm Dodger. You can find me at Dex Bonus on pretty much everything. And I play Rhesus. And Rhesus is a Triton monk. And she's very strong and powerful. And she definitely won't die in this fight. So, so you don't have to worry about her. I certainly don't.
You take care of yourself. Yeah, definitely.
Manifest the outcome. Yeah,
exactly.
Manifest
it's gonna be fine.
Nat 20s. And manifest them for yourself. Because I feel like last time y'all manifested them for me. This time manifest the Nat 20s for
it's
you.
Our time, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Max.
Hello, it's me, Max. I play a warlock goblin named Blibble. I'm going to say, too, what I said in chat. I expected Dodger to be muted when she started talking because it's kind of been like the thing the first few times. Yeah, and then that face. My favorite part is just being muted and then being like disgusted with being muted. I was expecting it, but yeah, I played.
It's because then you have to like reconcile with, do I re-say what I said before? Do I shorten it? It's
I know.
Were they able to figure it out based off of context?
Yeah. Could everybody kind of guess what I was going for?
What I love is how your disgusted face is only like 2 degrees off from your noise face.
Yeah, that's true.
they're like actually shockingly close.
There you go.
Wow.
I hate that you just have that ready.
It's not, it's kind of just hands and a little bit different, expression of the face, but not much. Yeah, I play Blibble. We're gonna die. Let's do it. Woo!
Wow.
Woo!
I'm saying the thing that's opposite. It's opposite.
Is that gonna cancel out everyone else's positive manifestation? It is Wednesday, my dude.
JP is not in the lineup of people right now, which means your goblin baby is gone.
I mean, you don't know that. We've had surprises before.
That's true. That's true. This is just like the beginning screen. We don't know what could happen.
It's going to be like a cut to the sky where what looks to be like some sort of strange cannonball is falling from, and then it's actually
no.
It's actually
a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whee! Yes.
That's my
flying
intro done.
baby. I love that color change. That was intense.
Oh yeah, it does that. I mean, somebody subbed or something. 13
Whoa,
months.
Woo! Thanks for subbing to Gassy Mexican.
Yeah.
Sorry. Had to.
You want to see him go red? Here they go. Boom.
There you go. Battle station.
Wow.
That's actually in my head right now. I'm hearing red alert from Star Trek.
Oh, I thought you meant red alert like the video game, like
No, I don't have that.
What is that song called? Hell March? Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the crunchy guitar. That's what I heard.
Yeah, you can't say red alert and then follow with Star Trek.
There you go. I've been using that sometimes. I forget to use it, but like when everybody crit fails, just hit that button.
Oh,
it's for whenever there's a triple digit sub.
Always insane. Oh, triple digit.
To be fair, this is done by my wife. She did all that.
Okay,
I only partially know how it works. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That means you like now she has that leverage. If you ever like play a game of D&D together and she wants something, she could be like, just deactivate your lights until you.
It's worked the opposite way, honestly. It's like
What?
she fixed something. This is taking forever on my intro. She fixed something with the lights that screwed up one time, right? And so she accidentally connected. We have other Philips Hue lights that are part of it. It's like a combination of other smart lights that are in the living room. And so right now, until she changes whatever she, put on there, when I get subs and like tips, the entire fucking living room is like doing some shit.
That's amazing. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
My cat would love that. My cat would go crazy. Where did that come from? You just had that? You just had that?
Literally, the cat dimension is pulled it right out.
Me too. I got a cat here. It's a paper bag. I don't have a cat.
I was about to lose my mind if you did that too. You're so ready. Oh my God, that's crazy. We stalled long enough.
Hi, I'm DJ Wheat. I play Lord Wyman the 8th, and I was kind of late to the party, but everyone's worn an anime shirt over the course of the show. So I wore best girl, best pirate shirt, Nika Robin. She's definitely, I think her bounty is actually quite low. We use this opportunity to throw out one of the largest questions I have about the One Piece universe. And that is that why does Boa Hancock get so much more attention than Nico Robin when Boa is like in 4 fucking chapters of the manga, right? Like there is just she's more than a side character, yet like she gets thousands of figurines and right. I know. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I'm with you.
I have a theory.
Right?
Do you want it?
I do. I think
sometimes when a character has like a good design, but you barely get to like dip your toe into having them around, it's really easy to just sort of like obsess over wanting them to be around more, and so they just know that people buy figures because they feel like they didn't get enough.
That was a really diplomatic answer, because I looked up Boa Hancock figurine and I was like, it's the boobs. She's got
it's the boobs. I wasn't going to say that.
No doubt that Oda
just like defy the laws of gravity and physics, like reality with the plunge neckline. How are they staying in place? Like, I'm going to buy
a
one.
common anime question.
That's Oda.
Quick aside.
I'm sure that like Oda is definitely, they're like, okay, hey, here's the 100 figurines we could be making over the next 6 months. And he himself definitely, right? I mean, very clear just from the comic, the design, that he likes boobs. That, I mean, even in his like question answers, he's always kind of a little sort of hornball and all of it. So he is probably the one who's actually like, oh, I love Boa, and then like click, 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 click. So he's checking the boxes. Oda, I know it's you. Just all I'm asking for is like, come on,
Quick aside, I have
just get a little bit more Nico.
If we look just a little bit to the side of Wheat's camera, though, Wheat does have a lot of Robin.
That's
figures. True. I do think it's worth pointing out.
That's only probably just like a fraction of what's there.
I do have a Boa Hancock character there. It's a chibi version. It's like
because there wasn't a Robin, guys.
But even on the chibi version, the tits are visible from here.
The Robin is there too. The Robin is also there. So they're both there.
There is a lot of tit on that.
And
there's a lot of tit on that, and that's a chibi version.
Yeah, that's like a smaller. It's not even like.
Of what? There's a lot of what on this? What
do you want me to say the word tit?
Oh, is that what you said? Tit?
Breast. Boob.
I would say that there is equal boob on both of these figures, actually. So this is probably one that, not. Anyway, my kid's going to Japan this summer, and I told him, I said, Minnie, I am going to give you like $300, and I want you to pick me up every piece of like Nico Robin figurines, whatever that you can find. So
Oh damn.
Then he had a PowerPoint
I bet-
presentation
I
of what was
believe in him.
acceptable.
Yeah.
That
Uh,
segue almost put me in the ground. It was just
Yeah.
what? I
Yep.
mean, I thought it was.
They have an equal level of to whatever you said ratio. And then so anyway, my kid's
My
going
kid's
to
going to
Japan.
Japan.
to get figures. I was like, you need to eat good
No
and
other
buy me
reason.
the right figures and enjoy yourself.
Yes.
Are there specific
I-
ones that you're hunting, or is it just like you anything that's meeting a criteria? Let's just
I don't know
a
if you've
certain
ever been over
criteria.
there, but it is the Mecca, right? I mean, just like
Of course,
in terms of, there's so many places where you can go and get cool figures and whatnot. So no, there's not any that I'm particularly going for. There's a couple that I would not even trust for him to bring back because they're, ceramic based, but they're absolutely incredible and amazing. Hard to get, but right, there's so much stuff that we might not even be able to get online or just so that's what I'm having him look for. So
this boy
this
is
man thinks $300
ceramic.
is going to be
Yeah.
yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, you're not wrong. I'm
The
not
base is
going for
ceramic at least.
that 80-pound fucking might break on its way back. No, is more like I think this Robin figure was I don't know, like maybe this one was like 70 or 80, and this one's oh, you can't see this. There we go.
I don't have any anime stuff to show you guys. However, I do have a replica, like a statue of a Mass Effect Reaper. You guys want to see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
all
Mass
right.
Effect. I love Mass Effect. I've never played Dragon Age, but I love Mass Effect.
Woo.
Isn't
That's
that
pretty
sick?
cool. That's
That's
pretty
very
cool.
cool.
It's sovereign.
That's pretty cool.
That one is sick, actually. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Hear 'em.
That's
Is that metal? Is it actually metal, or is it
Shit
just
coming down from the
painted
sky.
really well? Is it metal, Mac? Oh, he doesn't have his headphones on. Oh,
I think there might be bits on it that are metal. It is
it's just painted.
yeah. Well, I mean, this
very
thing's
well
fucking
then.
heavy too. Yeah, it is metal.
What a cool ship
Like,
design.
there's bits of plaster, and then it's like got like a metal kind of structure.
That's nice.
I'll put it
How
back
much
in
did
the
that
camera
run
so we
ya?
can continue.
How much?
Can't really hear you guys well.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say he doesn't have his headphones on.
Right back.
You know, Dodger, I still think you win because you still pulled a cat out of dead air, like just like.
Was the
She was just hanging right next to me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we have the same lying cat.
Yeah,
Oh.
that one is super awesome.
Oh,
I
sorry.
really like
Yes.
that figure,
Yes.
that lion cat. I was looking at my
The Saga
other
one?
figures that I'm
Mhm.
yeah, a lion cat right there. The only other figures that I really no one cares about Clash Royale but me, but I've got like the sickest Hog Rider figure, and then also like I mean this like King Snow globe is like super rare. Like who? Come on, only a true Supercell Clash Royale fan has this thing. But actually, since we're doing Soto, one of my absolute favorites is this right here, because it is
that
really
tough?
rare, but it's a Sharknado fucking
Oh my
pop.
God.
Oh,
and
that
and
shark
I mean,
looks like
is
he's
that
going
thing
through
it.
fucking adorable or what?
no, that's adorable.
Very
That's
cute.
adorable.
It is,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
right. So anyway,
you're good for keeping them in the boxes. I'm chaotic evil. I got the entire Monster Hunter set of Funko Pops, and I ripped them out of the packaging.
Oh, I
so
take
bad.
everything out of the package. I also used to be really precious about my Bulma figures, and then I had a child, and they just kept going missing, and now I've given up. So
Okay, but
I find
Bulma is a great.
I find
character to
pieces of
collect
Bulma
for.
everywhere. Yeah, and there's so many of her. There's so many Bulma figures. It's incredible. So maybe when we move,
Love it.
I'll reassemble all of them
Oh.
and see which ones I can salvage.
Someone said that might be the only Funko Pop in existence that's not that unbelievably ugly. So this is also one of my rarest pops, which is this really terrible Sonic.
Oh my god!
Like they
It looks more like
actually-
the ice cream that they would sell.
They tried to
does.
yes, they tried to
Oh
nuke
my God,
these
it looks
off
exactly
the face
like it.
of the planet because it is so bad. I didn't know, but someone came up to me. He's like, "Hey, did you know that figure's worth like $200 because it's just so ugly and rare. And I was like, I did
Yeah.
not know that. And I just continue to let it collect dust on my shelf. So
I love
That reminds me of Bob's Burgers, where Tina has the old chariot horse, and apparently it's famous
Yes.
because it has camel toe.
Oh my god, that whole episode
But
where
they
she
don't
goes to
make
the
it anymore.
convention and everything. Oh my
But
god.
really, I have to say that episode really changed how I look at like conventions, you know, because I love going to Emerald City Comic Con. I love conventions, but I hate seeing kids priced out of the hobby. And like that
Yeah.
episode really put it into context for me. Because I worked at a game store for like 3 years, and like when you see things that normally cost $3.99 a pack, like because there were My Little Pony trading cards that end up
Mhm.
getting bought out by the box, and now everything is like $12 a pack, and they price kids out of the hobby. I'm like, they're the ones who are gonna keep the hobby
It's for
alive.
them,
You gotta
though.
stop
Right.
pricing
Yeah.
the kids out, you know?
Yeah.
Or like we did this like fun tribal deck tourney, and there were like dudes that had like $2,000 decks that were sliver decks, just absolutely crushing these kids in what was a friendly like community like tourney. And I was like,
Right. You're like,
just
you don't have to
watching
try so hard, guys.
8-year-olds. Yeah, I'm watching 8-year-olds with like a deck they built with their allowance going up against an $800 sliver deck, which if you know Magic, those are like the best decks.
You're
And
a
it's just like,
special kind of asshole to do that. Just throwing that out into the universe. Like there's wow.
and
Quick
Bob's
story
Burgers did
that-
a whole episode on it where this little girl goes to a My Little Pony convention. It is just grown men.
Let me tell you about a boy who was very excited about Pokemon when he was younger. He had all sorts of holographics that he worked really hard to collect, spent money, his allowance, some of his brother's money. He just wants a Charizard, a holographic Charizard. He goes to the local mall where he goes to get his cards from, and there's like kind of a little bit of a meetup in that day, that specific day, to try to get some stuff and trade. And he's trying to get a holographic Charizard. He changes a bunch of, or he wants to trade a bunch of stuff. His brother's there with him, and he finally, so desperate to get a Charizard, a holographic Charizard, is offering, I don't know, a third to maybe half of his deck to this one older guy who's like maybe 45, something like that. Clearly a major collector. He has like 7 of them, different varieties, Japanese, other ones. And even though he's offering half of his fucking deck pretty much, he gets rejected over and over again and does not step away from that comic book store and card store with a holographic Charizard. That person was me. I was the little boy. So in that sense, where am I going with this? Fuck them kids. I'm going to price them out, all right? I am going to keep them out of the hobby. I'm going to be the 45-year-old. It's not for them. It's for me. I had to suffer, and so do you.
Dang.
God, that went places.
I thought it
The
was
more
gonna
you
be
know.
like, and that's why I don't think we should price kids out of the hobby.
That's
I know, it was a
kids
bait and switch.
suck and they shouldn't be
Yeah,
allowed
it
to
was like-
play.
Fuck
It's a bait
them
and switch.
kids.
Wow.
True story, though. True story, though. I said it for comedic effect. That's not what I actually believe. But,
Oh my god.
man, that guy was such an asshole. It just zipped me back to that time.
No, yeah.
I don't think your trade's good enough, Mr. Max. No.
Dude, there was so
Too
much
bad.
in there. And it was just like, dude, just looking back at it, just take the fucking trade, dude. You have like 7 of them. And I was offering
Yeah.
up some good shit to add even into his collective, but no.
And these
Yeah.
2 pieces of bubble gum. It's like, kid, I don't think you know how to barter quite yet. So I'm sure you
I
offered
actually
them
had some
the
stuff.
world. Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Hate that guy.
It's interesting because like I get it. I'm a collector. As you can see behind me, I have a lot of things, but I'm also the person that's like, oh yeah, I get it. And then I don't get it for its value. I get it because it's valuable to me. So I have some rare comics,
Exactly.
but I have a lot of comics that are not like, people ask me, what's that worth? And I'm like, oh, that's behind UV glass because that cover art in that comic is my favorite comic. I don't know what it's worth
Yeah.
because I've never looked it up,
Yeah.
So I think
Mhm.
like when I do see someone open a binder full of black lotuses, there is a part of me that I'm like, somebody would get that and actually like use it. You know what I mean? And you just have like 13 of them because they're valuable. And that happens in comics a lot too. And it's always like a little frustrating where it's like, if you're going to get it and enjoy it, that's one thing. But if you're getting it because you're like, I'm going to sell these in 5 years for $3,000.
Who really does that though? I mean, I get it. I'm sure that's kind of a little daft because there's probably people that definitely sell it. But I mean, especially in this space, like I think there's much more collecting because you just love a thing, right? So much. But like, have I ever actually thought that I would go through the process of like cashing out? Like, fuck no, man. I can't even comprehend that at all, right? Let alone. So I think
I didn't even know it was a thing until like I said, I worked at this game store. We had retro games, and it would break my heart because we always tried to keep like our prices based off of how many we had in stock. And so if we got like a bunch of Conker's Bad for a Day for N64, we wouldn't mark it up. But I swear to you, there were people that would come in and be like, "Can I buy every single copy?" And I couldn't really say no. But as the manager, I'd also be like, "No, you absolutely cannot." And then they would start fighting with me. They would be like, "Why? I have the money. I want to buy every single copy." I'm like, "How many copies do you want to buy?" And they're like, "How many do you have?" I'm like, "I don't have to answer that question." And because I'm just like, I know what you're going to do. Right. You're going to turn around and you're going to sell these for twice the price on eBay and Amazon, you know? But they would get so mad at me where I'm like, you don't need 12 copies of Conker's Bad for a Day. You're just a reseller. And they would be like, you can't deny me the sale. I'm like, this is my store and I can. And I've had people like almost throw down with me or like swing at me because they're like, I want to buy more than one copy. I'm like, you can't. And they're like, why?
You're about to have a bad fur day if you keep this up.
Like, like because someone wants to come in and all they want to do is play that game from their childhood and fuck you.
Real though.
I was that person. But I had other employees that would be like, we got 8. Yeah, here you go. I'm like, I'm the one that's like, I'm gonna make my day horrible today. But today we're gonna make your day great. Thank you. With some D&D.
Oh yeah, we're here to play D&D.
We're here to play D&D. It's not the Last Call for Adventure podcast. It could be though. We have great banter. Max, earlier you were saying you had an aside.
Oh,
but it got.
Oh wait, no. I remember
There's
a
story about a boy that wanted copies of Conker's Bad Fur Day. He made a lemonade.
Let me tell you a story about a boy who only played video games that he rented at Blockbuster, like many, and it was just whatever was there. Now, I was going to ask. This is not about D&D, so getting us back on track. This is not the way. But is there an anime where if the character gets more powerful, this is when we're talking about the tit to whatever ratio, do their boobs get bigger? Have they done that?
Oh, definitely.
Because I feel like they probably have. I was just curious.
Kill la Kill,
like
right?
If they become stronger, their boobs just become bigger.
Kill was
and they have some reason why that makes sense.
I mean,
they get naked, right? No, they get naked, I think.
No, they wear the suits that are powered off of their blood and like basically feed off of the user. That's what the main character of Kill la Kill has as her suit.
I just figured you guys would know. I wouldn't know.
It might be confusing because I remember one with like they have one costume, but then they like have another costume, and it's like way sexier than the first costume.
I mean, I think that's just like a general trope, isn't it? Like in the scheme of anime. Yeah. Someone mentioned Kaijo, which I don't think is actually, but
no,
it was.
Kaijo's all about butts, dude. It wasn't about
yes,
movies.
exactly.
And also, there was no magic in that show. They just played sports with their butts.
Very
straight, dude.
Butt strategy, like in-depth butt strategy.
They took it really serious. Kaijo is actually a really fun time. It's a very
funny
show.
As hell. Yeah, it's only like 8 episodes too. It's like or something short. It's good.
I'm sure people will be excited by this, but I just started Neon Genesis Evangelion. I'd never seen it before.
God.
I'm 2 episodes in. I'm very invested.
Enjoy.
Nice.
And I like that song that plays it. Dun, 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 dun. That was pretty good.
The classic. Yeah.
Yeah. It also, it felt like it came out of left field though. I'm like, whoa, like, what is this? Yeah, Yeah.
I would love to know, not on stream because it would be spoilery, but I would love to know how you felt about Neon Genesis watching it now, because I
Mhm.
experienced Neon Genesis maybe like 6 years ago for the first time,
Mhm.
and I was
Mhm.
not a huge fan. But I can
Mm.
acknowledge that, like, it did a lot of, like, groundbreaking stuff and is, like, important to,
Mhm.
like, anime in
Mm.
general,
Mhm.
but I'm not a big fan, so I'm curious to
Okay.
see from
Okay.
another person who's watching it sort of, like, later down the
Well, see,
line,
I'm 2
how you would feel
episodes
about it.
in. I like it, but
Mm,
sometimes, things are weird. Like, for me, my favorite anime is Trigun, like, by far, and
Dragon's
I
very
know that
good.
for a lot of people, it's like Trigun and Samurai Champloo are the 2 that I
Samurai
watch.
Champloo is my favorite anime
Yeah, yeah,
ever!
yeah, yeah. Fu is the first character I ever cosplayed. Like, I saw myself in that
Cute.
character, and I was so attached, to that character, but, like, I get in arguments about, like, when people are like, "Oh, well, yeah, Champloo's good, but Cowboy Bebop is better," and I'm like, "I will fist fight you over this. You are absolutely wrong."
For a lot of
Um
people, it's which one did they watch first, you know?
Yeah, yeah, and I think, like, yeah. So I went into the new Trigun being like, just bracing myself, being like, "Just let it go. It's okay. It's gonna be its own thing." And then I remember
Mm,
being like, "If you're gonna do, like, a modern retelling, this is what you should do, because you should take advantage of how far technology has come." And I will say,
Mm.
like, the new Trigun, the fight choreography and the way the fights go, I'm like, "This is so fucking cinematic." In the original,
yeah,
it's like,
it's very
"What?
cool.
Vash is moving so fast, you can't even see him dodge the bullet." And this one, it's like
So true.
it's like, "No, we have the technology now. You get to see him, like, dodge the bullets," and it's almost reminds me of Arcane, so anyways, we will talk about anime all day if we sit here. Sorry, Max. I'd
Sorry,
like to
Max.
No.
officially apologize to Gassy Mexican.
Me too.
Um,
Sorry.
sorry,
That was
Max.
my plan all along to bring us back to the ranting. You all executed it flawlessly.
When you said you had a question, I thought it was D&D related.
Nope. Just thinking about Booba and if they had excuses for why the Boobas got bigger.
We
It's like
could
Max is like, I got a
blame
great idea.
we could blame Wheat for the start of the booba, to be fair.
That is true.
Why?
Because
'Cause
you
I
were like,
asked a
"Look at my
question
Robin
about-
shirt. Now let me talk about Robin for a while." But how come Robin not more popular? And we were like, "Maybe Booby." And then we looked at it was a whole thing.
Yeah,
You started the
maybe
Booba talk.
Booba, which was from, remember, you were like, hey, I think I have an explanation. So in reality, it was actually you.
That's the
No.
podcast name. Maybe Booba.
Maybe Booba. I'm in. Sign me up. Let's go. Let's go.
I'll be the resident one who doesn't really watch anime, but I'm following along to what we're watching and I'm
makes
That
reacting.
person's
perspective
necessary,
valuable.
I think.
Yeah, yeah, that makes your perspective so valuable, because when you consume a lot of one type of media, you tend to, like, start overlooking things. So it's good to have, like, the person whose brain hasn't been rotted by anime.
To be
Or
honest,
No,
that
it's
is
true.
a solid anime podcast name. Maybe.
or
It's so
the-
good.
the whole episode is Gassy basically coming up with a concept of anime, and then the other hosts have to show that it's already been made, right? Like, okay, guys, hold on.
That's right.
Check
Yeah,
this
yeah.
out. Check this out. Check this out. Check this out. Ice skating. Like, I bet you no one's made an ice
It
skating
starts-
anime before, right? Like,
It
okay,
starts with our
what if we make one
protagonist.
based off of like MMOs, right? I mean, clearly no one is. And it's just
Our
like,
protagonist
no,
has
not with that.
diarrhea. Pan into him shitting himself on the toilet at night. He's depressed.
Okay.
We zoom in on the
Everyone
shit.
has superpowers except for like one person, right? How about that? And then we'll,
That's good.
Turns
That's
out,
unique.
because he ate radioactive material, the shit now is cultivating a world in the diarrhea. And his toilet is not working. So it has time to brew. And
Yeah.
within that time, there's a civilization forming at a molecular, even subatomic level. And it's just crazy.
That just sounds like a Rick and Morty episode, and Rick and Morty is anime.
Yes.
Rick and Morty is
Oh.
anime. So, yeah.
We really need to start the show.
let's start the show.
Start the show.
Could we kill Rhesus off already? I'm kidding. Please don't.
It might happen. Where
No.
did we last stop off? We
Are you asking
remember
because you don't know,
themed
or
party?
are you asking? Are you doing the D&D DM trick where it's like, character, you are going to summarize where we're at. This is a quiz for you, definitely not for me. Go.
I remember some things.
Mm-hmm.
Blibble was hiding behind a stump and put somebody to sleep, and now knows
that
that he
doesn't sound
can't
like my character.
actually
He
put
never
people
hides.
to sleep. And then I got the shit kicked out of me multiple times with Axone, and Wyman healed me multiple times.
Healbot.
Mhm.
Yep.
JP's character, that as far as I'm concerned is a baby Blibble,
Ran away.
ran away, is somewhere else. Yeah.
Actually, he's hiding. Okay, he's staying at a ready position as far as we know. We don't know if he ran away. That's speculation.
And we're about to. The construct is like, "Let's go, bitches," and we're like, "But we need that. How do we do this?" And I think that's where we left off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Combat, basically, I knocked somebody out with sleep, except it wasn't actually me. It was the fact that I rolled a nat 20 and my my patron? It used to be a genie.
Patron was like, "Okay."
Patron was like, you
Sure,
didn't
I'll
do
put
that.
them
And I'm
to
like,
sleep, but
can you do it? I guess. Let me check the sheet. Yeah, that's a nat 20. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I think the other piece of pertinent information is that this giant mining construct, the MCMC, let out a toxic gas cloud by overloading its exhaust. And
yes.
that has been blown away from you, thankfully, because you only have 13 hit points left. But it was blown into the camp. We're at the top of the initiative track. Camp is now alerted. I will give you the knowledge that they will be here in one more round.
How long is a round?
One round is, I believe, what was it, 1 minute? So each turn is 10 seconds.
So the information we
like
got that
that.
it would take approximately 19 minutes for the camp to respond to anything that would happen. That was what? That was like not pertinent to the situation, or?
I think that was if the guard tower gave off the alarm versus the toxic cloud that was blown into like the left side of the camp. Yeah. Yeah. The guard is, as far as I know, still not alarmed.
Blown into the camp, right? But is it still moving at a significant pace, or has it settled in the camp a little bit? Answer carefully.
I think it's actually settled in the camp because it was pushed there by a gust. And the gust has a range.
Also surrounding buildings, it's walled in, right? I've said this for a reason. It would slow them down because it was so thick.
Oh,
where
100%. And the visibility conditions are bad.
Yep. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Party.
I will also say, I don't know if you remember, Wyman, you actually rolled really low on the check to discern how long the guards would take. So the 19 minutes was also just your misinterpretation of the information.
I'm getting outgamed right now. I'm just going off of what I wrote down.
That was me trolling, and instead of saying
you win, bronze.
You rolled a 7. You rolled a 7. You don't know. I was like, you rolled a 7. It'll take them 19 minutes.
You got plenty of time. Awesome. Perfect.
That was me being evil. Okay, that being said, you are right. You are right, Blibble. Max, I should say. Yeah, you're right. The gas cloud is still there. And so that would greatly reduce. I was going to have 1d4 reinforcements every turn, but now I'm going to have 1d4 -2. So you could potentially have nobody, and that'll just be depending on how well this fog obscures people from being able to figure out where to go, what the confusion is like.
People are tripping. They're losing their place. It makes sense.
They can't breathe. They can't see. All right. So we've got this guard here. It is their turn. This one's asleep.
Wait.
Yes,
There was another
believe
guard? I
that's
thought we killed one. I thought that was the one we killed.
No, asleep.
No, this one was pushed back, and then this one was put to sleep. So they haven't actually done anything this entire combat.
We did not kill a guard?
No, but I'm going to get over there and slit their throat. Don't worry about that.
Did
gonna just-
Rhesus kill a guard? And
I
did
thought
we just
Yes.
forget
Rhesus
to
killed
remove
I
it from the
guard.
absorb.
map?
Yeah,
You
because
don't
I
actually-
slurped
yeah.
up their energy.
Yeah.
Oh, so then okay. So then they're not here. All right.
I thought it was
and
just
then
a
it's the
sleep
top of
guard
the
and
round.
mining construct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You are correct. I think I just forgot to remove them from roll 20. So it's the mining construct's turn. Let's see. The mining construct has a couple of things they can do. All right. I think they're going to try to launch a saw blade. Actually, no, you're within range. So, seeing that the pilot, actually, I should say, seeing that you've successfully dispatched one of their compatriots, they're going to move towards you and they're going to attempt to grab and crush you. My Discord's
Me?
going off. I just want to make sure that
There are some pingy noises.
I thought that was me for a second. I'm like, impossible. I mute everything.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Yeah,
me too.
no,
I was like, everything's
it's 100.
muted.
It's me. Okay, I got it. My bad.
My
I forgot to
immersion.
put.
Gosh. Right when they were getting to the good stuff too.
I was like, I'm hearing some.
That's the
pinging.
construct. That's just the construct. Boop, boop.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, I think it's fixed. So sorry, this is distracting me too. All right, so it's go ahead and give me a strength saving throw or dex as it tries to grab you. You need to beat a DC of 15, Rhesus.
A
Okay,
6.
a 6 is also something.
It's a number.
A 6 is
Yeah.
a number. It is.
Yeah. It scoops you up in a claw that is clearly designed to crush rocks and reveal the delicious ore inside, and instead employs these mechanisms to crush your ribs.
Mm.
You
She's like,
are
do your
grappled,
worst, you stupid.
and you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage, but it's crushing
Yep.
damage.
And technically you have your hit points +4, right? Is that
Yes.
yes.
I have
Okay.
7 total because I have the 10 HP.
Mm,
Got it.
mm.
Okay.
Guard 1 is asleep. It's Marin's turn. I think Marin, seeing that you are dying and knowing that the mission is to commandeer the vessel, isn't going to attack it and is instead going to use her healing spirit.
Yes.
Okay, so the intangible spirit appears in a space that is a 5-foot cube. It has a 60-foot range, so we'll say that it's on Rhesus's location. Let me see. Do I have a little spirit token we can put in here? Yeah, we're gonna say.
Yeah.
Does that work? Okay, yeah. There's a little healing spirit. It looks creepy, but it's not. We'll just pretend it's really cute.
It could be
And
creepy.
until the spell, yeah, let's just say it's really creepy. Until the spell ends, whenever you or a creature you can see moves into the spirit space for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there. So I believe that'll be on the start of your turn. Resist. You can cause the spirit to restore 1d6 hit points to that creature. The spirit can't heal constructs or undead, so it's very good in this case because it can't heal the
Nice.
construct. And yeah, so this is at second level, so you'll actually heal. Oh, it's for third level for it to go up to 2d6. Okay, so it will just be 1d6, but it'll be at the start of your turn. It is then Axome's turn. Axome, guys, I'm going to be honest. Axome's only level 3, okay? He's doing his best.
Same. I feel you, my dude.
I think his modifiers are still higher than yours, despite being level 3.
They probably are.
Yeah. Let's see. I think Axum is gonna try to chuck. No, I don't think he would do that. I think he's gonna try to get you out of the jaws of this creature using a javelin. I should say not jaws, hand of this creature, using a javelin to try to pry in between the fingers. Go ahead and give me another strength save. This time, he'll be using the
So-
help action. So
So I get advantage.
you'd get advantage, yeah. So we could do that on your turn because he's just going to
Okay.
be using his action to sort of help you try to get
Does it
out.
have to be strength this time since I'm already caught?
It can be strength or dex.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
I will do that on my turn.
Lord Wyman, it is your turn.
Great. So I want to use message and going to try to send a message to the pilot. And so, message, we talked a little bit about it last session, but it can go through solid objects. It doesn't necessarily have to follow a straight line. We determined that it can go through 3 feet of wood, some 1 inch of common metal, etc.
But you don't know who's inside. That was the sticking point, right?
No. We know there's a. We
But
know
you don't
there's
know
a
who's
pilot.
inside.
I don't need to know who's inside. I don't think.
Okay.
I just know there is a
Whose side are you on?
person inside. And Reese is like, we could take this thing. Come on. It's just a flesh wound. So, Wyman points to what looks like the construct and says, pilot, we are not here to cause harm to the construct, nor are we here to, kill or damage anyone. We are simply looking for a means of transportation. I have here 100 gold pieces that is for you if you will take us to our destination. That's my message.
Okay. Yeah. For I guess the audience's clarification and Dodgers. I think our ruling was because sending specifies that you have to be familiar with the creature, but message just says within range.
Nice.
Yeah. And I double checked it now too. It just says you point your finger towards a creature within range. It doesn't even say you have to see them. Gotta love D&D. And I'm a big stickler for rules as written. I'm like,
Right.
well, the structure of the machine. You were able to get blueprints of it from Locke. So you roughly know where you're going. And if it was sending, I would say, okay, no, you have to know who it is. Okay, give me a very important persuasion check. I will say because you're offering 100 gold, you can take advantage on this roll.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. It said most important persuasion check. But boom!
That's a good one.
A 23.
23.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 23. Yeah. As you say this, you see the hand relax around Rhys's rapidly bruising torso. Tunk, 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 tunk.
I'm
fighting it off. Slowly unlock, dropping you a little unceremoniously to the ground, Rhys.
Plop.
And with a little pneumatic hiss, you see a part of this chest piece kind of like kind of lower a little bit. And inside, you see a pink-haired goblin wearing goggles and leathers, who just kind of pulls them up onto her head. As she does, you notice all of the area where the goggles weren't has been kind of blackened with exhaust and soot. And as she like looks out at you, she's just like 100 gold.
Like shaking the bag. 100 gold pieces.
I don't even make that in 3 months. 100 gold.
quick, it's open. Someone hit her.
No,
She's exposed.
Whoa.
Kill her.
100 gold pieces. We knew that what we were asking for was certainly not an easy thing, and knew that it had to be worth your while. Now, not everyone from our party actually agreed with this price, but I said 100 gold pieces was a fair price to pay for what we were asking to do. So yes, here, my friends, all we need to do is get to the Onyx Shores, and we believe that we can get there with your help in the mining construct. So this 100 gold pieces is yours the moment that we can all load aboard and be on our merry little way. A little concerned about what's happening over here at the camp, but we really mean no harm. We just need a safe and quick way to get to our destination.
And there's no strings attached. You just need a ride?
We just need a ride.
Oh. She like looks back at the camp, sees the commotion. Okay. Well, I suppose I can give you a ride. It's not horribly difficult. And paid like like now? Like I get the you're not gonna
As
have me drive you
soon-
there and then have your little friend bludgeon
Absolutely
me
not.
over the head and not pay me?
Absolutely not. I promise your safety in all of this. The moment that we are aboard the construct and on our way, we would be happy to give you the full amount.
Okay. Well, I suppose he's better hop on then.
What's going on?
I got
Did we win?
room.
I don't know. I think my ribs are broken.
I'll be over there in a second. Hang in there.
Great. I mean, I right, holding the bag of gold, kind of signal to Marin, like, come on, let's go. We probably shouldn't stick around for too long, just in case. So come on, let's load up, everyone. Marin, let's blibble. And just trying to quickly get everyone on. A little bit
Hold
of
on.
urgency here.
Should I slit this dude's throat? Because that's what I was gonna do next.
No.
Yeah,
no,
do
let's,
it.
No, no.
Ugh.
We
You look at Blibble. He's like got the knife right by the guy sleeping. Guys, at this point, he's moved over.
Yeah, do it.
And then you hear
No.
I mean, I
hear
can't stop
Axum
you,
say-
Blibble. So
you hear Axum say, "If you do it, Blibble, you'll absorb his power."
Yeah, you just got just make sure that he dies while you're next to him, and then he'll get stronger. That's how it works.
Yeah. You just shh, and then shh, and then shh.
That sounds kind of
Blibble,
fucked up. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
good. They'll be cutting our throats if we don't leave soon. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, I agree. Let's go.
Question.
Mhm.
The little sprite thing.
Mhm.
That's the same one that I promised I would free, right? Or no? Is
That
a
was your
different one?
No, that was your guardian sprite.
Okay.
You
This
have
is- this
I
is,
believe
like,
you have it
Marin's
still
thing.
in the lantern. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the one you were talking to.
Yeah.
Cool.
I believe you still have it in your guide lantern.
I was Marin didn't let me have it. Now Marin has it.
Oh, Marin still has it? Okay, so it's
Yeah.
in Marin's guide lantern then.
Because Marin was like, please don't do anything sketchy with this.
You were talking to it a lot.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. You
And
did
it,
promise to free it.
It might
I
be
did.
evil.
It might
What?
be evil. Yeah.
You were all like,
Then they
"Hey, do you
then they
do you wanna
shouldn't be
in there?
using it.
Do you want to be in there?
Yeah.
Let me out, and I will cast darkness upon this world. They said some shit like that. I can't remember.
I think it said something like, I'm going to go to the forest and exact revenge, which is like its business, you know? That's not our business, really.
True. It's true.
Mm.
Marin, so inside the cockpit, Marin's definitely not gonna fit. So instead she like climbs up onto the back of this giant mining
Cute.
vessel and kind of sits on its shoulder. Because it is rather large. Blibble, you could easily fit inside next to the pilot goblin. The cockpit is large enough. If you wanted to sit on a lap, you could probably fit another person in there too. The rest of you will have to find other places on the construct.
Gonna get in here real quick. Oh, sorry. Nice to meet you. Hey,
Hello, watch the shoes. Yeah.
sorry.
Hey, you
They're
probably
nice
gonna
shoes. I
need
like them.
these.
Very nice.
She hands you
Thanks for
some
the help.
goggles.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, pleasure doing businesses with you.
So there's Blibble and our pilot in the cockpit, and you said there's
Mhm.
no room unless like I was to take the seat and Blibble sat on my lap.
Yeah. Yeah, the
Excellent.
cockpit is space
So
for two people.
I'm as I'm kind of Blibble, why don't you kind of let me sit there, and you could sit up on my lap, but I kind of feel like I should probably be here with the pilot, Blibble.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, definitely with your 100 gold, that you should definitely have the seat. Yeah, right. Okay, sure, that makes sense.
Sick. So now it's Wyman and Blibble. Yeah. Okay.
Cute. Sorry,
anyone
my
ever
kid
told
was
you your
giving me constructive feedback on the helmet that I made her. I'd go wherever I fit.
What was the
You want to
constructive
share
feedback?
that constructive feedback? Yeah.
Well,
screw up?
so this is it.
Oh,
That's
that's
pretty sick.
good.
Amazing.
Thank you. But the edges are a bit funky.
Oh,
so
well,
she was
she
asking
does
if
have-
I could clean up the edges before
She's
she
got a
goes to
point.
school tomorrow. And
She's
I
got a
said,
point,
sure.
though.
Yeah, that
I
was-
agree.
oh.
I agree. It's for
I
something
kind of
so
feel like
beautiful.
maybe you thought it was good enough because it's for a child at that point. And
Right,
then
and
maybe-
she was
Make
offended, and she
sure-
should be.
You praise her for giving such candid feedback, because that's really awesome.
That is.
Yeah,
that is.
right?
Yeah.
Isn't it? Because
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
had said
for
to
sure.
Sam like if there's anything she wants changed, make sure that I find out about it so I can fix it tonight. And I love that she was the one who came and was like, "Here's what needs to be changed, mommy."
Hell
First of
yes.
all, love it. Thank you so much, Mom.
A compliment sandwich for you.
Yeah.
First of all, the colors pristine. However, the edges a mess.
The eyes, heartbreaking, so soulful.
Mhm. Feels like it's
Gorgeous.
actually alive.
Mm.
And it is like a 9 out of 10, but Mom, you fix those edges and it's an 11 out of 10.
I'll fix those edges for you.
We did it. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, I have an idea as I sit here thinking about it. So, yeah, as the cockpit is now at capacity, little snug. The pilot hits like a button on the side, and with another pneumatic hiss, this like part of the chassis begins to close. And as it does, these arcane crystals kind of kick in, casting an almost LED light that bathes all of you in this gentle orange glow. Now you notice that the piece that swung forward actually has a bunch of buttons, knobs, steam pulls, things like that. And the inside of the cockpit is kept cool by a cooling mechanism in the center. There's like almost this glacial stone that's letting off this like soft emanating coolness. But around you, you see like hot steam kind of coming out of the joints. You quickly notice why she handed you the goggles, Blibble, as the machine boots back up. Smoke kind of like fills the cabin a little bit, obscuring your vision, mostly from the outside, because there's not really a way for them to like the exhaust fins on either side kind of just issue smoke like in a general circle around you when the machine isn't moving. Typically, it's like the air kind of pushes it back, but when it's stationary, it just kind of collects in a
Just
rather
a point of order.
disgusting
Lord
fashion.
Wyman did not get handed a pair of goggles, right?
No, as of right now, no.
That's and
Good.
and this, for ladies and gentlemen, is the reason why I'm actually like holding Blibble up in front of my face, using kind of him as the, it's like, oh, as
Mhm.
long as it's not getting in my eyes, I suppose this is fine. So you'll have to be my eyes, Blibble.
Hmm.
That's great. It's a lot of stability you holding me here. Has anyone ever told you you have a bony lap?
Oh, that's just my loot, my friend. Sorry about that. I'll try to put it off.
Yeah,
to the
appreciate it.
side. Yeah.
The pilot's like, it'll get better once we get moving. I promise. Oh, yeah. Why don't you operate the right arm? The pulley's over by your side, and she points over to like your right, Wyman. She's like, go ahead and give that just a little bit of a crank, and then sorry, accent totally shifted. And that'll help you pick up your friend.
Oh, okay. Give it a crank.
Yeah.
Friend is killed,
And then
crushed immediately.
as she's saying it, she's like, be gentle though.
Oh.
And
All
you
right,
see the mechanism in front of you. She's using a lever on her side to manipulate the arm, and you have what looks to be like a little rotating wheel that then like tink, 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 helps like the fist close. Reese's, you see like the hand come down as the pilot brings it down. And this time, like, it tries to sort of usher Axome into the other hand. And then you observe as she gently kind of rotates on her side this like little round wheel. It's like so loose she can do it with like one finger. And sure enough, you see the tunk tunk. It clicks twice, enough to hold Axome safely in the hand and securely without crushing him. And now it's your turn.
Reese's punches the hand.
Just 2 clicks. Any more than that, and it could get a little nasty.
Okay. I don't know if you get Reese's. It's okay. I 1 click, 2 clicks, only 2 clicks. There. It's hopefully that's more comfortable. Reese's. Yes. I can't really see. Blibble, be
Fine
my
for now.
eyes. How does Reese's look okay?
You look over and Reese's is like,
They look uncomfortable, but I think they're okay. Just don't click it again.
I will not.
Reese,
click it
stop
again.
punching the hand.
I'm not punching. I'm just ready in case I need to.
And
Okay,
now
good.
what you need to do is just very carefully push it in to lock it so that it doesn't rock further forward while we're moving. Just carefully though.
Locked. Carefully
Yeah,
locked.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh God.
My words of carefully locking were not enough. Certainly, this like
A 6.
That's not
Yeah.
good to
You
see.
think it's locked. It's definitely locked in place.
uh-huh.
He
About
knows better now.
19% chance of that being accurate.
He knows better now. No, you don't think this will rock one way or the other while you're moving. You think it made some kind of sound when you pushed on
Okay,
it.
I'm gonna so this is my first time operating a machine like this. I mean, I've used some very mechanical instruments, but this might be a little bit beyond my ability. Blibble, perhaps you can confirm my work and make sure that it is up to our pilot friend's satisfaction.
Yeah. So unsurprisingly, I've never operated one of these before. Are we good? Because we kind of do got to get moving. They're probably still trying to mobilize from the camp.
Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
Righty. How is? I don't see it. It's
Oh, 11.
11.
As you're looking at all these like bobs and doodads around you, powered with this like steampunk arcane machinery, with an 11, you look at it, you're not sure how to lock it, but you're also like, what are you talking about? That's loose as shit, bro. As soon as we move, that thing's gonna either spin one way or the other and either let Reezus go or crush her. Like, you
Yeah,
know,
that-
Oh my
with
God,
11,
what
you
happened
know
while I was
enough
gone?
about that.
I don't. That looks. I mean, I'm no pilot here with this doodad, this machine, this construct, but that looks loose, and I'm pretty sure it's not stable.
Well, I mean, I'm sure that the lengthy instruction booklet here for the mining construct don't necessarily take into consideration for someone like me who's got a goblin in their lap. So perhaps you could
Oh, that's the
follow
reason why.
her instructions and try
It's
to
not
to lock that
inability
in place.
to follow instructions, right?
Well, if you want the manual, and at this, like, the pink-haired goblin, like, takes, like, this very tattered leather-bound book and, like, turns to you and presses it into your hands. Blibble. I mean, if you want some reading on the road.
How big is the manual? It's probably
What
large.
language is the manual written in? I think
Doesn't
is probably
matter.
the
I know
most
how to
important.
read it.
He can read anything now. He's a free
I'm
man.
a real boy.
It's written in the language of scholars, goblin.
Yeah. And weirdly
you
enough,
wanna-
that's the one language I don't know. I'm just kidding.
And then she's like, I can just help you though. And she like reaches over.
Yeah, could you? Because we
Well-
just gotta go.
Yeah, if you just it's a little I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
here,
okay.
Go
I'll
ahead.
just-
yeah.
yeah, of
Uh-huh.
course. Yeah. And
Go
she
on.
just like reaches across you and gently like locks the mechanism by pushing down. And actually, as you see her do it, Wyman, now you think you know how to do it. By pressing down harder than you think you should on one side of the dial and then the other, and tunk, tunk, it locks. And then
I
she
take mental note of that.
twirls back. Yeah.
All right, we're good to go. You good out there, Reezus? Everybody good?
Yeah, good. I'm fine.
All right,
Marin,
let's get this thing in the
X
right
thumb.
gear. And you see her pull back on this giant like lever with like this like button kind of sticking out of it. She like engages it and then using both hands pushes it back into the third gear. And sure enough, the mining construct starts taking off down the road. The inside of the sort of cockpit you're in is gyroscopically kind of balanced. So you actually don't bobble around a lot.
Oh,
This
nice.
is not the case for poor Marin, Reezus, and Axo, who are getting rattled like paint cans as this thing starts moving 40 feet per turn. It has a movement speed of 40 feet, kind of easily bounding over broken stumps and things like that. She pilots it away from the mining camp with a little bit of ease. As she does, let me see here. Oh, okay. As she does, she maybe pushes it a little too hard. And after a few minutes, you start to notice it's like starting to get hot in the cockpit to the point that the cooling system can't really keep up. On the construct's shoulder, Marin notices that the exhaust pipes are starting to get hotter and hotter that are just behind her. She kind of lifts her tail, puts it in her lap, calls down to you guys in the cockpit. And she's like, guys, is it supposed to get this toasty?
Love Marin.
I don't know. I mean, it's starting to get kind of warmer in here. It was really nice a bit ago. I mean, it's so hot. Yeah, let me check. Is it supposed to get this hot? Are you going too
Maybe
fast?
the glacial
Yeah.
thing is broken or not operating correctly.
As you pointed out to her, she notices something that she didn't notice before because of the 7 on her perception check. She like very quickly looks around, and then is like, "Oh, your foot it's on the brake." On the parking brake, Blibble, and she like points it out to you.
Oh, what the? That's
We gotta stop her and cool her down. Here, I'll try to find us some cover. And you're
Yeah,
about
okay.
probably like at this point quite some distance away from the mining camp. Like you're at what you think is a safe distance. She tries to find like good cover in the forest line to like sort of pull over away from this I guess I should say like trail that you've been going down that's typically used for the test drives. She takes the machine into a heavily wooded area, and then you see her pull a couple levers and shut it down. And then behind you, she like pulls a panel aside, revealing what looks to be almost like a heart made of gears. Inside of it, you see a thrumming, like sickly green crystal. And as she opens this panel, like hot steam comes billowing out into the cockpit. She kicks open that chassis that she used before to like get out, and like kind of steps out of the pilot seat, jumping down, standing back from the construct a few feet. And she's just like, yeah, we're gonna need to cool it down. It's running a little too hot. You can't really throw it in third gear and then have the parking brake on. She looks at you, Blibble, like a little
I didn't know there was a
disappointed.
parking brake. Don't look at me like that. I've never ridden in this construct before.
But
experimental,
that's what the
isn't it?
manual is for.
I
It
But
is
this thing
was
so
experimental.
many
going to say
pages.
the same thing. Yes. Perhaps while we're waiting here, Blibble, you could study the manual so that we don't have any kind of mistakes.
I don't know.
that
Perhaps
could
for
throw us.
100 gold, we could have a pilot that could tell me if my foot's on the parking brake. I mean,
Well, she did tell you that your foot was on the parking brake.
yeah, but
Blibble.
after
I
we were
think
nearly
we're
cooking our
getting our
friends up
money's
above.
worth.
Listen, whatever. It doesn't change. There's no point arguing. I'm sorry.
Well, technically, I haven't been paid yet.
Yes,
By your logic.
That's
That's true.
That is right. And so
And now it is 80 gold. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But
No.
I couldn't be that way, though, couldn't
What's
I?
going on? Hey,
pull
what's
out
happening?
pull out the sack of gold, and I said, perhaps needing to stop for a moment is a good opportunity for us to pay you and to make sure that Marin can direct us into the right direction. I'm not sure if you know exactly where the Onyx Shores are, but from
Well-
here we should probably make sure that we're
hold
aligned
on.
to our destination.
Maybe half now. Nothing against you. I don't know you. Don't even know your name. Half now. And so that way there's still motivation to fulfill the task.
That
Oh,
wasn't the verbal agreement.
Listen not to him. We had the verbal agreement. I will pay you all now. And in fact, I will pay you just a little bit more once we reach our destination safely. Just
That's
as
not coming
some
from me.
motivation.
That's not coming from me. Just saying.
It's fine, Blibble. I've got the gold. It's no problem. Hand over the 100 gold pieces.
Yeah, she takes it and like starts counting it carefully and is like, "Oh, you seem honorable." She like gives up counting after like counting like half of it, maybe.
1, 2.
Yeah.
All right, we're good.
43. You know what?
This is boring.
You seem like honorable sorts. Some of you. She comes over to you, Rhesus, and like helps you out of the weird mechanical fist, or attempts to. We'll say that since the healing spirit was never dismissed, that
was wondering
it
about
still
that.
healed you for the full 3d6, which is the amount that amount of times that Marin can use the healing ability on it. Oh. Wow.
Are you kidding me?
My
Oh
luck.
My
2
God.
ones and a
3d6. If you're, it's a 7.
Yeah, that's
Rolling
yeah, I
a
rolled
1?
and
A 1 and a
Mhm.
5.
Mhm.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Feel a little better. I feel
Oof,
good as
the
you.
average number on that is a 9, audience, but you know,
Maybe Marin's spirit is is broke.
Yeah. A little bit.
Cats, bro.
Cats, bro.
Anyway, I'm up to 14 HP technically with the temp HP on there. Well, the temp HP should be gone, shouldn't it?
I'm not sure how long it lasts.
What was the temp HP from again? I know it's something. From something.
From me
Kill it.
slurping up a soul.
Oh.
I should have taken away from my temp HP before I took away from my normal HP when I got hit for 10.
Okay, so we'll say that. Yeah,
I'm trying to
so just go
remember.
ahead and add 4 to your total. Yeah, so you'll just have 14 out of 21.
Nice.
Yeah, because you do take from temp HP
In my experience,
first.
we're thinking about it too much. Let's move on. As a player who tries to make sure we have an advantage in the best of our abilities within the confines of the rules, let's move forward.
Yep. Sounds good. 14? That sounds right.
That sounds great.
Go.
Yep, that sounds right.
Yeah, she like tries to help you out of the hand.
Thanks.
How long will we need to wait in order for this to cool off?
I just need a couple seconds.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure I got a spell for it.
great. Blibble, perhaps you
I
should.
just have to remember which one
watch.
it is. And you see her pull out a massive tome, which is her wizard spell casting focus.
Incredible.
It's like her version of a dictionary. And she's just like, all right, evocation squat. Just need. Oh, that would just make it hotter, I think. You might want to talk amongst yourselves. This is going to take a second. You see her just like pushing like dog-eared pages like out of the way as she's like going through a spell book that is probably the size of her.
I think if in the pause in the action, there's an opportunity to say, it's just, quite compelling, Blibble, that you are so resistant against, giving this pilot some gold, yet here we are. And look at the service. And in fact, I'm sorry, I did not even catch your name. I don't want to keep calling you pilot. I feel that's a bit disrespectful. So what is your name, as I'm asking the pink-haired goblin?
She like giggles a little bit and like bites her lip, which is like pierced with like a little gold ring. And she's like, well, it's on the manual, silly. And Blibble, as you look at the sort of smoke-covered leather band manual, you see imprinted on it, property of Lavinia Luxar.
Property of Lavinia Luxar. What kind of name is this? Lavinia? Luxar? I mean, it's kind of cool sounding, but
That's a cool name. Blibble! Your weird clone baby. We left it behind. That's okay. I'm sure it'll be fine.
oh yeah. Huh.
Goblin babies, they must. Do you just release them into the wild?
I wonder if they're okay.
And
What
smash
is it
cut to
talking about?
There's
gotta be around here somewhere. Come on, fan out.
There's an old folk song about a young goblin being left in a forest and raised by wolves, and perhaps that is what will happen to our friend. It's too bad they couldn't accompany us, but we really didn't have the room anyway.
For a baby? Axum, we should go back.
No.
No,
Why
they're
not?
very resilient, very quick. I mean, you saw how much they learned just from the time you met them. They're totally fine. They probably know how to vanish out of thin air right now. Probably. I mean, I'm really good at hiding. Imagine how good they are in their accelerated state of
But
being.
they're not around you to observe how you behave.
They observe the world and the environment and adapt accordingly.
Oh.
I know.
Okay, you're the parent, so I guess you know best, but this feels deeply irresponsible.
That's
Maybe it's their way to abandon each other, boss.
Maybe it is.
Could be some sort of strange land dweller thing.
like when you were like spawned. Is that how that works with you guys? You guys eggs first?
When we emerged from our shells, yes.
Shells. Okay. So when you do that though, you guys are in water and you just kind of know how to swim, right? It's like just. I don't think.
Oh, it depends. It really
Mhm.
depends. Because at first we only have one leg, so
Hmm.
you just kind of
Really?
flail around until you figure it out.
Right, but then you figure it out because you gotta, right?
Sure. But then when the second leg comes, it's like starting all over again. What if
Well,
your
what-
baby's second leg comes, so to speak?
Yeah.
What happens if you don't figure it out with the one leg?
Oh, well, I mean,
Do
If you
just
don't make it
eat
out of
those?
the tadpole phase, you typically, become shark fodder. But I mean,
yeah,
sharks
you
gotta eat,
probably
boss,
get
right?
eaten.
Yeah, sharks
Absolutely.
gotta eat
It's all
too.
part of the cycle. So,
Yeah, we share our water with the aquatic creatures. We eat them, and sometimes they eat us.
unfortunately, a lot of us lived when I was born, so that's my whole predicament with all of the other people going for the throne.
Yeah,
It is what it is. I wasn't
Nice.
lucky enough to have a lot of people get eaten by sharks.
Hmm.
The circle of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but you know what,
So-
boss?
Hmm.
I feel like you're the type that thrives on competition. So
I
I think it
am.
was I think it was good that
am.
it happened. It might be a small bit inconvenient, but in the
Sure.
end, when you do take the throne, your victory will be righteous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
You're right. Nice.
Nice. Yeah, it sounds awesome. So, anyways, I'm pretty sure they'll be fine. We went down a little bit of a rabbit hole there. But
I was just worried about your
educational.
baby, but if you're not worried
Yeah,
about
yeah.
your baby, then that's fine.
No, I mean, I worry by not worrying. Does that make sense?
Absolute
No.
sense.
So by not worrying,
Right.
it's my form of
Right.
coping.
Oh. Well, that's interesting.
Okay.
It makes sense. Okay.
Sure.
Well, if
I
I,
just
worry,
feel
what
like-
is that going to help? It's not going to help anything.
Well, I just met y'alls, and I just feel like if you have children, you should maybe not leave them in the woods. Just so you know, that's not a goblin thing, because I'm a goblin. I was
we're going to get
left in the woods.
judgmental. Who is working for this mining camp who does unspeakable crap?
Hey, I got bills to pay.
Uh-huh. I don't
I
work
still
for a
have to
secret mining
finish-
camp doing horrible shit.
Well, I didn't know
You
it was
did
a
leave your
secret
baby in the
mining
woods.
camp.
Well, my baby's still alive and thriving.
You know that. You don't know
I
that.
can
We left
feel
them
it
behind.
in my soul.
She's right. You really don't know that. And you're all judging like, oh, you're working at a mining camp. Maybe you should work at a mining camp and feed your kids.
I only have one. And they can feed themselves.
They're a baby, you monster.
Yeah, it was just born. Literally today, I think.
They literally
that-
can't feed themselves.
They're like enhanced. Yes, they can. They can literally slit your throat and then eat the blood coming out of your throat and be like on their way in 5 minutes. That's the kind of baby I have.
I don't think you know how a baby works.
I don't think you know
me about
how
this.
my baby works because they're enhanced, okay? They're in a different sort of circumstance of birth, all right? There was something that augmented the way that they accelerate their growth, okay? So they grow up faster, all right? Listen, you don't know what you're talking about. You're out of your element.
I love that either Blibble or Wyman could be like, it was a joke. It's not actually a baby, but they just won't
Yeah.
do it.
It's too entertaining to not just watch take place, as if a horse-drawn carriage is crashing on the side of a road and I just simply cannot take my eyes off of it.
Oh, those are entertaining to watch from time to time.
Yeah.
I think I got the spell though. She
Oh, good.
smacked
Can
we
her
assist
elbow
you?
closed.
Speaking of cooling down, you got my blood running
we
hot. All right.
Assist you. Perhaps Blibble can assist you in some way. How can we be helpful?
Oh, do you an arcane sort? She's like looking you up and down, Blibble.
I mean,
Like, what's your deal? You got the
yeah.
got the robes. You judging me for my working job. My guess is, oh, look at me. I go to the 5th pennant. I can afford the tuition. Yeah, that's the type of thing that's what you like.
literally not
Some of us
even
can't.
close.
Some of
Not
us
even
can't afford the
close.
tuition, and we're brilliant.
I
but
literally
we
work
can't
so
make
hard
it,
for
you
everything
know?
that I've got. You know the 100 gold you've got? I worked really hard for that. That was my goal.
Okay, and you're gonna sit here and you're gonna judge me. You know, I don't make this in like 4 months of working here. If I just got 100 gold that dropped into my, but you've got it to burn to go on a joy ride to the coast. And
I
you're
risk
gonna
my
judge
life
me?
time and time again to get the. What are we
You're gonna
fucking married?
judge me?
What is this?
I thought you were cute, and now I think you're an ass.
I'm going to climb back into the hand, I think.
I was like, oh, look at this, another goblin, you know?
No,
with
if
my
I have to stay here for this,
range.
so do you.
Maybe he knows some magic, maybe, but no, you're just this judge.
I do know magic.
I'm ready to go.
Now you're making the children. I mean, Reese is
That
upset.
one's the only one that makes sense. That's the only one that's concerned about your baby.
Ugh.
That one makes sense too. She points at Wyman. And this one's like, oh, DACA pay and don't pay her up front, even though word is bond. Just, I don't even know what's going on.
I don't even
what
know
they're
how
teaching
it
you.
blows
at
my
that
mind that
school.
you're giving lip over the fact that you're getting paid 100 gold just to do your job, but not even
This
not
isn't
even in
my
the shitty
job.
circumstances. You even said
Oh
yourself
my
you don't make this in several months. It's 100 gold.
It is a lot. I'm not saying it's not a lot. I'm just saying you could be a little bit more grateful.
You could, Blibble. He is not wrong.
Thank you, sir. I don't think I caught your name.
I'm Lord Wyman the Eighth.
It's wonderful to meet you, Lord Wyman the Eighth.
The pleasure is
And
mine.
I don't think I caught your name, Angry Goblin Man.
I don't want to tell you
Mr.
now.
Highfalutin.
I'm literally
I'm all
wearing
college
burnt and tattered
educated.
robes. I'm wearing shitty burnt and tattered robes and have
I thought that
for
was the
most of my
style
life.
choice. I thought maybe you were being like, oh, I'm edgy. I'm goth. I burn my
No.
own clothes up.
No,
I
these
thought
are the
that was a
robes from
style
School of
choice.
Magic that I was kicked out of.
I'm bored. Can we go?
Now you've bored them. That's on you.
No.
That's on you. Exactly. That's on
I'm
you. 'cause
bored. Let's go.
we should
Someone
go.
cast a spell or whatever, please.
Yeah, cast a spell, Blibbles, with your big fancy college magic. Go ahead.
I don't have to do anything. I'm not being paid 100 gold. I've lost 100 gold.
Oh my god. Fine. Stomps over. And she casts a ray of frost. You see like these, you see this beam of frost kind of like begin to coalesce in her palm, and then it shoots out, cooling this gear heart. The steam dissipates, and the wood is no longer hot to touch. Marin like peeks out from behind the construct and then kind of sheepishly waddles over to Rhesus. It's like, I think we have to go that way, but everyone's yelling at each other and I don't want to get involved, but I did find the way we have to go.
Okay. Do you want me to yell? I can yell louder probably.
There you go. She hands you like her little map.
Nice. All right, listen up. I'm navigator now. That's my job. I'm big dick navigator. So everybody get where you're supposed to be. And I'm going to point and you have to drive that way, okay? Okay. Go that way.
I'm convinced.
Well, you heard the fish person.
That way.
The pilot get back into her pilot seat.
$100
I
gold.
get back in.
He looks
the
at Wyman.
co-pilot
He's like,
seat.
100 gold.
Yeah.
100 gold.
Well spent. In fact, Blibble, I can't help but notice that you and Lavinia have so much in common. The things you approach with such passion and conviction. You two are quite similar. It's shocking to see two people that
Hey,
share
stop
these
talking
traits
in there.
and-
Hey, stop talking. Get going, dude.
I'm
This
trying to
way.
find happiness for Blibble, Reese's. Sorry, I apologize. Let's
Do
get
it
going. We can-
later.
Got a lot of similarities, huh? I suppose coming from somebody like you, all goblins are the same. We already established that, didn't we?
and he walks off.
I don't know where you're going, Blibble, because
Now, if you would take your
this ride
seat,
on my lap. So
if you would
let's
take your seat so I
go.
can sit on your lap, we can go.
I get it. Squeeze in. Come on, Blibble.
Oh my god. The disrespect.
Climbs up, puts his goggles on, snaps them on.
It hurts a little bit.
I don't show it. I don't show it.
Yeah. Lavinia moves her foot over and gently like pushes yours so it's not touching the parking brake. And then grabs onto the lever with both hands and pushes it back, this time only to the second gear. And begins to sort of manipulate the construct to go in the direction that Rhesus is pointing. And in fact,
Yay.
like manipulates the arm to be outstretched. So Rhesus is actually in. So it's like this. So it's like in your
Yes.
field of view. So you can actually see where Rhesus is pointing.
Can
And
Lavinia say,
Mhm.
can she say compliant? Yeah, deep cut. Only if you know, you know. Come on, no Flight of the Navigator fans out there. Come on, people.
I watched it when I was
Shit.
small, very small.
Compliant.
I have no idea what that is.
Oh my God.
don't?
Everyone
Oh,
stop
really?
down. Can we get some homework out there? Watch Flight of the Navigator. It's still, actually, it doesn't hold up as well, but it is an incredible movie.
Yikes. Thank you for the honesty.
It's actually not very good, but
It's still
But then you'll get
mediocre.
the memes, man. Come on.
Yeah. The memes are important. Oh my gosh, now that you've pointed that out, this is very Flight of the Navigator-esque. This like thing you're in. Oh my goodness.
The moment that Dodger said, I want to be Navigator, it's like the only thing I could think about. So
Yeah.
You were just like,
Yeah.
"Rah!" I have so many jokes.
Weren't they supposed to do a remake of that movie? You know what? We're not going to get
I
into
think
it.
they were, yeah.
Yeah, I think they are. As the as the construct, now I'm just thinking of compliance. As the construct kind of like shifts around in the direction that Rhesus is pointing, you realize that the machine itself, although moves in one direction very fast, doesn't turn as quickly as it possibly could. So you make towards the coast. That'll be where we take our first break.
Oh,
the day.
snap.
Dun, 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 with one encounter successfully wrapped, with the MC squared successfully commandeered.
Yo,
So far,
wait, you
things
crushed
seem to be
that.
going pretty well.
That persuasion roll. Can we
Mhm.
super clutch to get us out of there?
Yeah.
Yep. I knew that plan would work, Reese's. I wish that I didn't have such resistance from certain individuals,
I don't
but
know who you're talking
fine.
about.
It's fine.
100 gold.
100 gold.
100 gold.
It's obscene.
You haven't
So
seen
much
the
money!
drinks and snacks that Lavinia is going to serve us on our way to the Onyx Coast. Like, hold on. You'll
It's a
see the
first
value
class
of this
ride.
100 gold, Blibble.
Yeah.
Yes.
You get free booze in first class.
Oh my god.
Here, Blibble, take this little towel and wash your hands with it. This is an incredible experience. I didn't think the mining construct would
goddamn towel
actually
away from
be
my
this
face!
classy.
That's so funny. We will be right back. I'm gonna get my cat off of the top of my gaming tower, which is where he's currently sitting.
Sick.
Get up, stretch your legs, get some
my
water.
cats. So that
We're
they
gonna
stop
do the same thing.
doing
Yeah,
things.
we're gonna go feed our
Yeah.
cats. We're gonna take care of our cats. You take care of your cat, or take care of yourself. We'll be right back. Welcome back. The construct buzzes along merrily towards your destination, the Caballan Quarry, nestled in the Onyx shore. As you move in this direction, humming along, you notice that the landscape of wooded area kind of slowly gives way to a more rocky biome. The trees get shorter, they get sparser, until eventually they kind of just cease to exist altogether. The air gets a little colder as you approach the rocky beach that lies at this part of the world. And Rhesus, you probably feel a little bit of comfort as you know it's still some distance away, but that salty sea air, you get just the faintest soupçon of it on the breeze.
Good word.
Thank you. Thank you. The terrain becomes a little bit more difficult as you're moving with these sort of large boulders and rocks with tufts of grass here and there. The stone itself is very hard, dark, and rocky. I like to use video game terminology. So if you're familiar with Death Stranding, it's a little bit like that. You're in some of those rockier regions where it's a little bit harder to move around. The roads disappear for long distances at a time here as you start to see like large plateaus kind of dotting the horizon, jutting up out of the ground unceremoniously. There is a river, if one could call it a river, really truly more of a creek, that is off to your left. You would recognize this as the river that you were fishing in before, but at this part of the world, it kind of slows down to a very swift, narrow stream before stretching out again and touching the ocean. As you move through this area, you start to see snow fall in front of the sort of visual slit, I guess you have in front of you from the pilot's cockpit. You can see pretty well from here, but yeah, you start to see snow kind of gently wafting down as you're moving with some speed, not as fast as you were going before. And as the machine effortlessly bounds over and across these giant boulders that are in your path now, you notice Lavinia gets a little nervous and asks you, is you're not like there's. I'm not going into a dangerous situation, am I?
Well, what I suppose it depends on your definition of a dangerous situation. I mean, certainly there's things that are happening
Why did we
in
stop?
the region.
Hey,
but
No, we're still moving. We're still
what are you
moving.
guys? Oh, I thought we stopped moving. Sorry.
No. It's still moving, just moving a little bit slower because she doesn't want to overheat the core again. Yeah.
Gotcha.
we have come to this location because we were asked to survey the area.
Oh, so it's reconnaissance. Is that your survey expert? Since they're, are you a survey expert? She calls out from the cockpit.
I'm the navigator. Wait, the map?
Yeah. You hear Marin say, "No, I'm the navigator."
Oh,
And the
yeah,
survey expert.
I'm the
Marin is.
navigator right now.
What? Oh, wait. Does this mean I don't get paid?
No,
Because
of
I'm
course.
isn't that my job?
You just
You
told
navigated
me to
us
take-
here.
Do you want the map
Marin.
back?
Oh, yeah.
Still give the
then-
map back. I know where the water is now anyway.
Takes it with her trunk. I'm still the navigator. Ha! Feast.
Wait, now what am I?
Shotgun. That's what we call riding. Actually, I'm not sure if that's what we call it now, but
Yeah.
shotgun seems like a great term for that. Don't know why it would be a great term, but
I'm the shotgun. That sounds imposing. I like it.
Sounds strong, boss. Says
Yeah,
Axum.
it does sound strong, doesn't it? I'm the
like-
shotgun.
I think they're saying it wrong though. I think they mean shogun.
Oh,
Yeah. Which means you're the boss.
yeah. I
Yeah.
am the boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you are
Anyway.
boss.
I guess this is where we'd say, Marin, if we need to complete the map, where exactly do we need to go? You tell us, since this is your mission.
Oh, right. Well, the quarry and where it touches the coast, I guess, would be the most important things. Yeah. You see, like, as she's sitting on the construct's shoulder, bobbing along, she like pulls out her scroll that has the mission that she's taken under. Yeah. We have to survey whether or not it's toxic. Hey, Reeses, should
Yeah?
we maybe have a, what if it's toxic?
What about if it's toxic? Wait, isn't that what we're doing?
Yeah. Does it smell toxic to you out here?
DM, does it smell toxic to me out here?
Give me a nature check.
Everybody get ready for this shit. Are you ready?
I'm
Bing.
ready. 10.
A 10!
You get a little concerned. Like, this is a little mineral-y. This is a little metallic-y.
I mean, it
You don't
smells
know.
weird. It smells like there's something weird in the water. I don't know what it is, though.
Are we
What do you
gonna
think,
die from
Axum?
breathing it? Actually, let's see what Axum thinks.
Axum. Be my nose.
Yeah.
A little better.
Smells like mineral water. I think.
It smells like their money.
Yeah. Like metal.
Yeah.
Is that bad for us? we supposed to breathe that? Should I hold my breath?
I don't know. I feel fine.
All right, then. I'm not going to hold my breath.
Well, how far away is the quarry?
Marin consults her map. Actually, not far now. It should be right past that mountain there, or hill. I don't know if it counts as a mountain. Hey, Reeses, how tall does a hill have to be a mountain?
I don't know.
But
I'm
you're our
not good with
biome
stuff
expert.
above the water line.
Oh,
Yeah, the in the water biome.
You guys not have
Oh.
mountains in the water biome ever?
I mean, we have
Underwater
like, rock
mountain
faces
kind of
and stuff.
things and like volcanic activity. I feel like that's
Well, normally, if we have a mountain, it turns into an island.
but when you're underwater, couldn't an island also be your mountain?
Oh shit!
I know. I know. Something to think about.
You land dwellers are making me think about a lot of shit.
I know.
I don't know.
It's a burden. It's a burden. That's why we're all miserable.
But look, once we get close to the water, we'll have a much better idea of everything. But weren't we worried that there was like magic-y shit going on? Shouldn't the taps on the glass? Shouldn't the magic-y boys be like sniffing the air too?
What is she talking about? Is this something going on over here?
Well, you see that the mining company that you work for actually has some operations in this area, here in the coastal tundra, and they were mining some crystals, perhaps the ones similar to what drives this machine. I don't know, and they struck a vein, and in doing so, caused some rather unfortunate situations in the area. That's why we're here to see kind of what is going on. It leaked into the water, it caused some flooding, there was a terrible bout of arcane leakage, and we're just here to determine if there was indeed some damage done and survey the area. So as long as we stay, I think, away from the vein, we should be okay. Out of should we maybe use the guide wisp? And so wasn't the guide wisp supposed to also be helping us at this point? I don't remember.
Yeah, Marin has it. As you're discussing, like, sort of what the crystals and what has happened. Let's see. Oof. Yeah. You
That's
see
a good
Lavinia kind of
sound.
think on it. She rolled a 9. She rolled a 9 on her Arcana check. Yeah. You're kind of like sitting there thinking carefully, and she's like, "Well, I don't know about any leakage, but I mean, these crystals, I've been around them for months, studied them for a long time, and nothing weird's happened to me, so I don't think they're dangerous to be around, right?"
Well,
She's looking at you, Blibble, too, where she's like, as a fellow Arcana expert.
Yeah, Blibble.
Let me take a look at these crystals a little bit more. Arcana. 18.
Yeah, you examine some of these, like, crystals around you, and with an 18, my cat's knocking stuff off my desk. You discern that you don't feel like it's harming you in any way. In fact, you feel that this energy is very stable and easily transmuted into other forms of energy. It doesn't feel explosive, volatile. In fact, like, as you like sort of bring your hand close to one, you don't even feel like anything emanating from it. You feel like you would have to use a contraption to harness the energy within, which is sometimes a good thing. Because if it was unstable as it was billed to you, clearly like coming near it would harm you in some way, you know, coming close to such a powerful source of energy. And yet,
Right.
as you bring your hand close to it, you notice the mechanisms around it, yes, are generating heat, but the crystals themselves are running pretty cool. Even the gear heart behind you, the metal that's rotating around it, powering this entire contraption, gets hot from the friction, but the crystal itself never really overheats.
I mean, these crystals here, they seem pretty stable. Honestly, like even as like I'm just, examining my hand, like there's no heat from that. The heat's from everything else, right? And that's probably why, you got to use a mechanism like this to harness it, because it's not one of those things that's just like leaking arcane power. It's more stable than that. So if they're anything like these crystals, then I mean it should be okay. But then again, it could be like a less refined, maybe, version. I honestly don't know. That's why we're out here, right? To kind of see what's going on. So we can't one way or another say that it's perfectly safe, per se. But that's why we're here. And plus, we got this, this construct here, right? This should be pretty helpful. And if things get really bad, then, we're not going to let, like, Marin and everybody outside get, like, fried by, like, arcane toxic waste or something. That would be bad.
That would be bad. I like
What are
that
we
one.
doing?
Well,
What's the plan?
what do you see out there, since you've got a little bit of a better advantage?
Rolls peepers.
Mm-hmm. Roll to peeps.
Rolling for peeps. A 15?
15. With a 15, you see the outline of the quarry ahead of you. You see where like there's like a depression far ahead. But you also see in the creek to your Gomez, stop. The creek to your left, you notice like a figure manipulating something. You see like a large shape of a cart, and you see a figure next to it. You're not sure if the cart is broken down or what's going on there, but you definitely see someone operating right by the creek over to your left.
Didn't Marin have a telescope or something?
She does. She has a surveyor scope.
Okay. Yeah. Rhesus will turn to Marin and be like, I think I see a dude out there with like a cart. Do you have your big eye, your long eyeball?
She takes her trunk out and hands you her looking glass.
I get to use it? Sick.
Well, yeah, because sorry, wrong voice. Yeah, because you're my apprentice, but I'm still the navigator.
I'm your apprentice navigator?
Yeah, you're my apprentice navigator and biome expert, coastal biome expert.
That's pretty cool.
That's 2 titles, but still the same pay.
What do I see now? With extreme peepers.
As you like focus in on this like polished crystal and glass viewing lens, it takes you a moment to realize what it is that you are looking at. But you see a human taking what looks to be barrels of strange fish, some of them with 3 eyes and stuff, and putting them in the river.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm saying all that as I see it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And these were the same fish that and crabs and stuff that you knew made the Odaman ill earlier.
It's the same. It's you
Use
guys.
words.
It's the food that made the Ottomans sick. It's the same stuff. I knew it. I knew those fish weren't
right.
We still ate it.
Wait, so he's
But that means that we know more than anybody.
into the river and not pulling it from the river?
Yeah. Like he's putting them in there to fuck shit up.
We should stop that guy.
We should find out
You're right.
why
We should stop that guy.
he's
Just
doing
like,
it.
just like bang on the construct. Let's kick this guy into gear, dude.
Lavinia like
Y-
slows the construct down, like pulling the lever, pushing it, I should say.
Why would anyone do that? It's either he's got like nefarious intent, or
What?
there's a reason.
What if instead of the mining company finding something horrible, they found something valuable, and perhaps they are trying to poison or put these fish into the river to create an illusion that there is something wrong with this area. I don't know what else would make sense.
So what you're saying
seems
is
like a
maybe
lot of
that it's
work.
okay and it's not as unsafe as people think it is, but they need people to continue to believe that it's not safe
Correct.
by putting these fucked up weird fish. So they're found. That fucker. Let's get him.
But that's so
Okay.
evil. Like
When
who
we get
would do
close
that?
enough
Oh,
to
he
the
would be
water.
evil.
When we get
No, I
close
mean,
enough to
like-
the water, dump Axon and I in the water, and we'll check it out. And then you guys can like do the talkie shit. It seems to work, so I'm not going to get in your way.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Be careful, won't you? Especially
Okay.
if the some sort of sorted types that are poisoning people.
We'll be
Just
fine.
don't
We're super
Eat
buff.
the fish.
All right. Since you've been traveling for some time, you do enjoy the benefits of a short rest.
Great.
Finally, I'll get all of my HP back. Oh, wait, I already had it.
I don't think you've ever lost HP between either arc of this story, between either group.
We
You
did it.
know,
We're at max health,
D&D,
baby.
It's an art form.
It's an art form.
Some are good at this art form mechanically. Others are better with the talkie talks. Some are proficient with both. You can say.
You're an artist. We get it.
You're an artist. You're an asshole. Shut up.
Let's go confront this shady individual.
Yeah, let's see what's going on.
Yeah. Lavinia rotates the construct, manipulates it to go over to the creek, and then pauses briefly so that Rhesus and Axum can get out and into the water, as is the plan.
Jump.
Do you want to try to do this stealthily, or do you want to just go up and confront?
Yeah. How far away? How far away from this dude are we?
It depends on how far would you like to be far enough that he doesn't see the construct just yet, or would you like to be?
We got in the
that is up to you
water.
as players.
I would want to get in the water at enough of a distance that we would be able to tell when like these fish and things that he's throwing in. Like I would like to approach those fish instead of be with those fish immediately. Does that make sense?
Yes, got you.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're
Yeah,
quite
I
some
think
distance
more
away.
Okay, yeah. We'll just go in the water.
Yeah.
Not making a big scene about it, but hopefully far enough away that we don't really need to stealth too much.
For sure. Yeah. This is also like your preferred territory, right? Like if anything, the construct could also serve as a distraction to where you wouldn't really need to stealth at all. You'd just be able to swim up.
Cool.
How
Go in.
would the pit crew like to approach?
Well, if we have our companions approaching via water stealthily, then I say that we roll up and have Marin leap from the construct to ensure that this man or person or thing does not get away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You say that to Marin?
Yes.
Why Marin?
Because she's already outside of the machine, Blibble. Unless you've learned to walk through solid objects, I think Marin is probably our best choice at this to, allow us some time. We could run away, I suppose. We're trying to avoid that situation.
Okay.
Can you walk through solid objects, Blibble? Because we could
I wouldn't tell
revise
you.
our plan. Great. Marin, as we approach you, leap, bow drawn, and ensure that this perpetrator does not get away.
Yes! I can do this.
You can.
Like she's being a little manipulated by one of her heroes, but
As you ponder that, Blibble, you hear say,
If I succeed, will you write a song about me?
Of course.
I will do this thing! I'm ready!
Great.
and you charge forward. As you do so, we're gonna have one housekeeping note that I completely forgot. For successfully completing your mission and putting down one of the guards, and I will say peacefully resolving the other one, you actually gained 600 experience points.
Woo!
Yes.
Awesome.
Especially because you
That's
didn't overly damage the construct. So, S rank, max points. That's the end screen for the encounter.
points.
Perfect. As you approach, Marin's going to throw herself off of the top of the 15-foot tall mining construct. I guess actually she's up on the shoulder. It's a 20 feet tall mining construct and towards the individual whose back is turned. But actually, as the mining construct approaches, you notice he turns and gives a little salute. And then as he does so, staying in that position with the approach, Marin launches herself at him. We're going to give her, I guess, an acrobatics check. Wow, she has a +5 to this. She's an elephant. You know
She
what?
has really good stats.
She does.
she's
A queen.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, a 19.
Always Marin's gonna fumble her way through this, and then she oh, she can do this.
Yeah.
She's just thinking about Pony, and it's giving her so much strength.
Yeah,
and
she
power.
says,
Her own version.
"My pony is waiting!" and she leaps from the top rope. Jump on it!
No.
Yeah, and she does a pretty good job of turning what would be the kinetic energy from the fall damage. She softens it a little bit and doesn't land with her full elephant weight on this sort of burly looking man emptying these crates into the river. And he in slow motion, he's just what? And you just see Marin jump on it. And she lands full body dive on this human and then takes her bow and puts it up to his neck. She goes, "You're a bad man. You made that baby sick." Slap. "How could you do this?" Slap. "That baby's sick because of you." Slap. And just her rage unbridled.
Go off.
"You're a bad person. You don't care who you hurt. You're an extra bad person. Slap.
I'm like encouraging Lavinia to open the mining construct, a little concerned that Marin might be taking it too long or too
You see
yeah.
Lavinia like panicking, like, oh God, okay. Yeah, I'm on it. And she like, you hear the pneumatic hiss, and then you see Lavinia kind of like put her weight on her hands and try to push it open faster with her legs, but it's like has this set speed at which it like kind of slow opens. By the time you're able to get out, you notice the man's cheeks are like red as Marin is loading another slap in the chamber. You're terrible, you're hurting nature.
Before exiting, I want to slap the meridian patch on my cloak.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
This is easy. You're able to do
Mhm.
so.
I emerge from the construct and Marin, stop, please,
Not
sir,
too much.
sir. No, that was quite a graceful dismount, Marin. Well done.
Oh,
And kind of put my attention to the individual that Marin is kind of holding down. And sir, what is your name?
is Toiler?
But how do you spell that?
That words
Toy
that they just said.
Toiler.
Toila?
Toilet.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
no, it's not toilet. Toiler.
Toila.
Tyler. Toiler.
Sounds like somebody saying
Fantastic.
toilet, but weirdly.
We are from a close meridian mining camp and are here auditing a few of the things going on. You're well aware of the operations. I just need to ask you a few questions.
Well, if this is your way of asking them, I question how you do business, sir. I was just doing me job.
And what job is that? What department are you with? Pull out my notebook and jotting down notes.
Well, I don't know what department I'm with. I just have a supervisor. St.
And
Cloud.
who is your supervisor?
It's St. Cloud.
That would be Supervisor
with your
Bidar.
patches. Call off you elephant. And when he calls her an elephant, you just see Marin get
no.
more angry.
Shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done that, toilet.
Oh, you should not have done that.
Whack! She slaps him again. You're being so disrespectful.
What are in these barrels?
Well, they make them down there and they tell me, toilet, you take it up the river, you put it in the river. I don't ask questions. And they said, don't you do it with your bare hands, so I wear gloves. Are you OSHA? I've been following the rules.
So they
I'm
told
wearing
you
me
to
back brace.
take those crates of.
Oh, he's mimicking the accent, by the way.
You mocking me?
You take the crates and then
The barrels.
take the barrels and then flush them down.
Dispose
Is that the way?
of them here. Yeah, you
You're
just
supposed to
dispose of
flush them,
here.
toilet. Is that right? I'm sorry, I can't with this guy. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna wring your little neck.
Up.
I'm gonna wring your itty bitty little neck. I don't know who you are.
A wet old neck. You can barely understand what he says. He sounds so ridiculous.
You said prepare where? Over there. Where is over there?
It's in the. You see where there's a big hole in the ground and there's a big bloke sat down there. That's all. all crystalline, and they're extracting this bit, and they take it back to the camp. Well, they take some of the other bits, and they put them into barrels, and they tell me, Toiler, go get rid of it in the river and come back and do it again. And that's what I do. Boss man, I don't know what department that is. Sanitation, I suppose. They say put in the water. They put in the water. Max, don't make that face. Don't make that face.
Should we go investigate this area and take him with us, or what at this point? Rhesus and Axum, what are they? Maybe they're figuring something out there. I don't know what to think with this.
Yeah.
With what they're doing.
Rhesus, you see, sort of distorted by the water above your head. You see the man standing, and then you see a giant shadow, and boosh, you see the man like hit the floor, like from your, like I said, like water distorted like vision from where you're like in the river with Axum. Axum turns to you and is like,
Rhesus is just watching transfix, like, you get him, Marin. You go. I guess like something that we could potentially determine from here is so these fish are being dumped in. We believe there's something wrong with the fish. Does it seem like the water here has more like concentrated, like weird magic bullshit in comparison to the water we were in when we first got in, like further away from here?
yeah. In fact, you as like one of the, because he was like in the middle of emptying out a barrel when Marin, like when they started to approach, and he like stopped and saluted. As you're like in the water, you notice the material dripping out of this sort of keg that the fish are kept alive in does taste weird to you as you're in the water. Like the water was clear as you were coming up, but as you get closer to the shore and you see like the barrel these fish are flopping out of into the water, the material that they're being like the water they're being kept alive in doesn't feel right to you. And in fact, as soon as you come in contact with it, like you want to back off. It reminds you of that food poisoning you had earlier. It gives you bad vibes.
Okay. I think she'd turn to Axon and be like, well, it's obviously from them, right? They're just dumping something weird in the water.
Seems about right, boss.
I don't
Holds
think
up.
Marin's gonna.
He holds up like a fish with like two tails, and he's like, "That's not right, boss.
That ain't right.
That's not right.
That ain't right. 2 legs or 1 tail. That's it, you know?
What's that? What is that, boss?
I don't know. I don't like
What
it.
is
I don't
that?
wanna look at it anymore. I don't wanna look at it
It's
anymore. It weirds
disgusting."
me out.
Throws it down. He grabs another one. This one, what is that? This one's got 2 heads.
Oh my god.
What is that?
Oh, one of them
That's
looks really
weird.
happy though.
The other one looks a little sad. I think the other one might be
It's kinda
dead.
complicated.
It is a
Oh,
little complicated. Can we keep this one?
it is dead. Yeah, we can keep it.
Cool.
I
Thanks, boss.
I don't think Marin's gonna get off of this guy anytime soon, so we might as well just hop
I
up
don't
there.
think she
I don't
is. That one's got a temper.
Yeah.
Do you wanna help that man? Yeah. Comes up with you,
I'm
like holding
we don't
like 2-headed
necess-
fish.
I don't necessarily have to help him, but
I think we should kill him. He's ruining the water.
I agree.
He did make this cool fish though.
That's true. I wish
I'm
the other
kind of
head
into
wasn't
this.
dead.
That is a little disconcerting.
Like, how is one head dead and the other one alive?
It perplexes the mind and the
It's wild.
senses. Now hear me out, boss. If
Yeah,
we
what?
kill this head, will it sprout another live head?
Do you think? Like maybe when the first head died, a new head came out.
And if we
but
hammered this one, then
if
another
we kill
one.
that head and then they're both dead though, then
That would be so sad.
that would be really sad, yeah.
Then I wouldn't have this friend.
Yeah. Oh, but we're about to get out of the water.
Yeah.
Your friend can't. I don't think your friend can breathe. Can you breathe up there? Says to the fish.
Can you talk to fish?
I can speak to them. I cannot
They
understand the
can't.
response.
She can't respond. Yeah. Or they can't. She can't understand.
You speak to it and you hear back like.
Of course. I don't think it can breathe up there.
All right, I'm gonna tie it to a rock.
Okay, good idea.
Ties it to a rock and like loop and drops it in the riverbed.
We'll come
I'll
back,
come back
for it.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, boss. All right.
Okay, we hop out of the water.
Leave no fish behind.
You hop out of the water, and sure enough, you are right. Marin is not getting off this man, and his cheeks are red from being slapped multiple times.
I'll take the barrel and put it upright and be like, yeah, whatever's going on in that water is definitely from these things. We're gonna kill that guy, right?
Perhaps we should have him lead us to the source of this before we dispatch or
He's
no
been
longer in
poisoning the
need of this.
water.
You're right, but what if he has friends that are also in on it? He can help us reach those individuals.
It's a
use
real
him to get
shitty
to the
thing
other
to
one.
do. Toilet.
And then that's a cool name.
Yeah, his name is
Toilet.
Toilet.
I like it. It's strong.
Get a load of the
It's
way
too
he
bad it's
talks.
wasted on him.
Toilet, say something.
What do you want me to say? I'm telling you, don't kill me. Now, I don't know what department you're with, but, you know, you can meet my supervisor. He'll vouch for what I'm supposed to be doing. We're all
Feel like he's
working
trying
for
to-
the same company. We're all, just don't need to be slapping people, doing all that.
He was
So
talking
we
weird
used-
earlier.
More
Feel like
than
he's trying to-
people.
He's talking weirder earlier.
He's trying to
So
clean
we-
it up now.
So we use this guy to get to the other guys. And then what?
Yes, to determine what is happening here, which is right our job. Is it not, Marin?
See Marin's like face is all up in his face. She's like, I'm gonna fucking kill. Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Unlike Reese's though, Marin does get the game you're playing. She's like, you're right, boss. We should talk to his supervisor.
Excellent. Why don't you escort him to where we need to go next? And by escort, I mean make sure that he does not leave your clutches.
When you say this, she takes the barrel that Reese's has put upright and she just unceremoniously picks him up, brushes him off with the trunk, and then shoves him inside and puts the lid on top.
Oh my god. I guess that works
Wait,
for now. How's he
where
gonna
did
tell
she-
us where
You
to go
sit-
from in there?
You sit tight in there.
Where did she put him in? I zoned out for half a second. Where did she
In a
put him?
barrel. In
In
one
a barrel.
in the
Okay,
fish
that's what I
out of the barrel,
thought.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's literally
Wow.
turning into that
Probably-
toxic waste man from RoboCop right
gonna
now.
come out and
He's
have
just like
15
face
eyeballs.
is melting, and he's about to get hit by a car.
You think I should give him an air hole? Should I give him
I mean-
a little?
at least
hole?
so he could tell us which way to go.
Got it. She like takes out one of her arrows, like tunk, makes a little hole. Puts her eye against the hole. And then puts her trunk against the hole. Are you alive in there? Yes, I'm alive, you fucking elephant. Get me out of here.
Okay, let's
Little-
go.
Smacks the side of it. How is it in there, toilet?
You fucking horrible. Get me out of here.
Toilet. I like that name a lot. So sad that a weird fish killer is the one who's got it, but it's fine.
It's
But
definitely a little
let's
sad, boss.
It's a sad,
Let's go.
sometimes bad people get cool names.
That
Are we
is the
going? I'm
truest thing
bored.
you've ever said, Reese's. That is
Oh,
yes,
thank you.
yes, yes, yes.
Let's
Let's go.
go.
To his supervisor.
We
I don't know
go.
about the
If you-
snapping. That makes me feel weird.
If you
Don't snap.
go down into the quarry and you hang the left, this is the first office on the left. Saint Cloud, he'll vouch for me. Please let me out. I don't think we should let him out.
Not
I don't
until
think so
we
either.
confirmed
Maybe let him
what's
sit in
happening
that
here.
soup. Made a baby sick. Should sit in that soup.
That's right.
And Lavinia, kind of like
Yes.
peering out from the pilot seat, is like, that was really something. It was really you want I should carry him? Oh God, all my accents are bleeding. I
I
can carry him
experience
if
this
you want,
often. I believe in you.
using the thingy.
Yes, perfect.
Can get back in? Is that
Or I mean,
we gonna go on
how
foot?
how far is it? Like we could maybe the construct just follows along with us. Right?
Good
It didn't
plan.
seem. Yeah.
And she closes the hatch, puts a hand out, grabs the barrel like it's a beer mug, and pilots the construct behind you. About 300 feet in the distance, you do see where there's like a sudden drop off, and you see these graduated kind of areas where the land has been dug away until there is like a quarry, kind of forming these natural steps. It's like Minecraft. You don't dig straight down. As you reach where the creek meets this, you notice it kind of begins to dry out and branch out into like these multiple different tributaries. A few of them go out and reach the river. And this one, the one that you are being led along by the voice in the barrel, kind of dries out and creates this natural entry into the quarry. Now, you would imagine in flood season, this probably becomes very dangerous because at any such a time that this creek is not dried up, the entire quarry would begin to fill with water. Thankfully for you right now, that is not the case. Around you, the stone is striated with beautiful jewel tones, and the dark rock kind of gives way to a lighter slate gray the deeper you go. And you see, as you stand, like kind of looking down into this massive mine, you see what looks to be a large humanoid hand. It's surface translucent. And in fact, you see places where it has been mined away that this translucent flesh is, in fact, some sort of crystallized structure. It is an impossibly large hand, however, and kind of curls up out of the ground a little bit. And at the very fingertip, you notice that the tip itself is missing. And in fact, there are like little pick marks where they've just begun to like remove that crystal and excavate the rest of the hand. There are a number of tents kind of spread out around you. Most of them actually seem empty at this time of the evening. But there are some lights in the tents to your left where you know that Toilet has informed you that the supervisory staff is. There are a couple of miners leaving work for the day that kind of pass you, noticing the mining construct, but not seeming outwardly, like, I guess, surprised to see it. A few people remark on the new model, especially Lord Wyman, as you're wearing like the proper insignia, you see a couple of dwarf miners come by and be like, "Oh, you got one of the new models. I don't think I've seen that one before." Kind of walking by with like buckets, picks, and mining tools. If anything, Rhesus is the one that probably gets the most weird stares. Couple of side looks. What the-
I'm the biome expert.
Just nod. Like, keep walking.
What-
What's a biome expert, Bill? I don't know.
Let's go find this Saint Cloud.
Huh. Tyler does not lead you astray. The very first, rather magnificent looking tent on the left, indeed, has on a sort of, I guess, signpost outside, site manager, September St. Cloud. It's like painted in gold.
Sorry, did you say his name was Tyler? Is that what he was trying
Yeah.
to say this whole time?
Toilet.
Okay. Sorry.
I understood
Continue.
it,
No,
but I
yeah, now I
enjoyed
get
the
it.
truth.
Now I get it.
How did you understand it? No one in your part of the world talks like that. That's made up.
Toiler.
Toiler. My name's Toiler. It sounds like something I would have said.
My cackle just jumped out.
It was good. I liked it.
As
I
you
derailed you.
approach
You were discreet. Yeah.
the tent, no, you're fine. You notice that it's actually rather well constructed. It's not makeshift. It's been here for a while. It's yurt style, so it's round and has like, a sort of vaguely domed top with a hole in the top that you see smoke gently rising out of and like this major central support beam. You push the curtain aside, and inside you see a rather richly dressed man in all black with a curled mustache and slicked back hair. It's in a half bun at the top, kind of like mine, except the sides are shaved down, and he has rather imperious eyebrows that almost meet in the middle, but not quite. He smooths his vest and his cravat down and sort of, before looking up from his papers, says rather unceremoniously, "Yes, how can I help you?" Yes.
Yes, Saint Cloud. We are here from the Meridian Camp Auditing Department, and we ran into one of your colleague, Toiler. You know him?
At this, he looks up at the word audit. Make an intimidation check.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Come on, Wyman.
Woo, 22. Let's go, baby.
Spicy.
See a bead of sweat begin to form at the. Well, you see, I was not aware that we had an auditing department. If I've failed to include some paperwork, then I'm more than happy to provide you with the information that you need. Now, I'm more than happy to answer any of your questions. And if my subordinate, Tyler, has engaged in any activities that the Meridian Company would not want to be engaging in, I'm more than happy to rectify his behaviors.
You need not worry about that employee. We understand that your junior members are just that, junior members. They're
Oh,
working
of
their way up
course.
through the ranks. This is
We
more
do
of
the best we can.
this is more of a procedural audit to determine, your own capabilities in the running of the operation here. So great. If you will answer a few of our questions, then, Well, I'm sure everything will be fine. You'll get high marks. And of course, auditing doesn't need to be bad. It could lead to, say, a promotion of some sort.
Oh, well, one does not work in expectation of a promotion, but if such an event were to occur, I would not be opposed.
Great. So what exactly do you do here? Take me
Such an
through
Office
your
Space moment.
Right.
This is just Office Space. Yeah. Well, I start my day early in the morning, and first I conduct a preliminary walkthrough of the camp. I just make sure that work is going at the speed that it should be proceeding at. Now, morale is a very important part of that, and so I ensure that any dissenters or rabble rousers are dealt with expeditiously and with the full force of the Meridian Company's standards.
sh- maybe you misunderstood. You said work. I want you to go that detailed. The work you are doing here, the hand, the dumping of the fish, all of these are things that we need to make sure are fitting within the criteria of what we expect from a manager of your level.
Right. Now, initially, when we unearthed the specimen, which we now believe to be some sort of old deity or being that was laid to rest here, there were some protective wards in place that caused the site to become untenable for work for some time. But as you know, one of our expeditionary groups was able to ascertain that the site was now able to be mined and studied. So, as per Meridian Company mandate, we have been extracting the arcane crystals and exploring their various uses and I guess I should say applications as arcane focuses and spell components. But I know there was some concern that if it were known that the site were safe for study, then we would have to go through more official channels to divvy up the contents fairly with the nearby municipalities. Now, clearly, that sort of red tape is not good for anyone. So, as part of my role here as site manager, and in order to fulfill Meridian Company's desires to ensure that this camp remains considered hostile to other people, I devised a plan. Now, we noticed that this crystal, when liquefied and sort of eh, b- fortified under the right circumstances and distilled into these large vats, can have a rather unfortunate effects on people that are exposed to it, organic beings that are exposed to it for a long period of time. And although that application was a failure, since we were trying to devise a sort of fortification potion, what we decided to do, or what rather I should say, I decided to do, sir, was
Mhm.
instead retool it to convince people that the arcane backlash was still occurring. So I took some of the local fish, uh, ferment them in these pods with this fluid for some time, and then simply put it back into the water, thereby convincing the people upstream that the site was still contaminated. In fact, more contaminated than before. And I must admit, sir, we have not had any looky-loos or expeditionary forces that have come through thus far. So our endeavor to obfuscate the actions here and our activities here have gone quite successfully.
Wonderful answer. I immediately turned to Blibble and I'm like, Huh? Huh? Yeah, I call that or what? I mean, just Marin, what happens to people who are exposed to this liquidized crystal?
Well, they fall very ill.
And what do you think about that, Marin?
It makes me sick to my stomach.
Did you hear that, St. Cloud? It makes Marin sick to her stomach.
It makes me want to thumb out his eyeballs.
It makes her want to thumb out your Marin. Would you like to thumb out his eyeballs?
Rhesus looks like
Yes,
she's
you
getting
see-
really excited.
Even more sweat.
Are we thumbing out eyeballs?
But, sir, I have merely been following the Meridian Company's goals. I've always kept the Meridian Company's core tenets in mind.
Well, that'd be really great if we were the Meridian Company. Dramatically rip off my badge, my patch, and throw it on the ground. Say sometimes it's just too easy. And at that point, Marin, Reese's, I turn St. Cloud over to you.
Blibble in that moment is also just, if you said we're in like a yurt, right?
Mm-hmm.
He like throws the closes the tent or whatever, like the whatever like thing there, so that way he
Yeah.
can't just like shout out. At least it'll be muffled
Yeah.
or anything like that.
As you turn him over to Rhesus and Marin, you notice he tries to dive for the in between two poles, and he tries to crawl underneath that tight sort of space.
Marin,
And
get him!
it
Get him, get him,
takes
get him!
some time. As Marin grabs him, his only like his head and shoulders are through, and she drags him back in, and she like steps on him, and then she like pauses for a moment, like after putting down her whole elephant weight. She looks at you, Rhesus, and she's like, "Rhesus, I've never killed someone before."
Do you want to kill this guy? You get to absorb his energy. Maybe you don't want it though. He's kind of yucky.
His energy's bad. He's a yucky
Yeah,
man.
maybe you don't want it.
Got some bad
That's fair.
energy.
Will you kill him for me?
Of course I will. She'll just punch him in the head.
What? I think Blibble's like, well, you could, and then Reese is just.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll to hit with advantage. She is being held down by Marin.
Great. Let's go.
Oh, snap.
Dirty 20, baby.
Yeah.
For 3 damage.
No. With a 20, you connect, and you connect really good. Right in the temple. The man is knocked out cold. And it's like
Nice.
it's satisfying to watch. You just see Rhesus come up and like bam. And he's just like out.
Do it again.
Mhm.
So
Is he dead?
here's what I'm thinking.
He's not
Good
dead
job, Marin.
yet.
With the dead thing. I mean, this guy sucks ass. We can kill him if we want to, but you could probably come back with him, Marin, and then you have somebody that can prove what's going on here. Because otherwise, obviously, if they come down, they'll be able to corroborate it and stuff. But if we take him out of here, and then you got proof that this is going on, and he can stand up to justice.
Yeah. Just.
Or we can kill him. That could happen too. It's your first job here, so I'm just,
Yeah.
giving you options. What do you think
Look,
they would
Marin,
probably like, you know?
You've done really right by me. I'm not going to kill this guy unless you want me to kill the guy. So I'll wait.
You know, Rhesus, you've done right by me too, and I know you were talking to this earlier, so I want you to have it.
And she hands you the guild's appointed lantern.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you for
This
helping me
this
with
thing
this
really
guy.
wants to get out. Yeah, of course. He sucks. He made the
You're
water
always
taste
having
really
my back.
gross.
Yeah. I think
I
you're
mean,
right, Blibble. What would you do if you were in my position? Part of me, you know, I'm a cartographer at heart, and I feel like I got a cart. I wasn't sent here to kill some evil man with a nefarious, horrible plan that makes me want to just crush his skull into jelly. I just
Mhm.
think of that sick baby Odaman, his little baby walrus tusks, all green in the face, and I think of this man.
Mhm.
What would you do?
Yeah. I mean, me? Probably what's going to get me more gold. So, actually, let me look around for a second.
He says, he's like, let me look around and see if he's got any gold in here.
Yeah.
Marin, I've got a question for you. Would
Mhm.
you rather have a song that ends with the brutal death of an individual, or would you rather have a song that ends with a hero that went above and beyond for their guild mission and delivered well past the expectations of what their elders put in front of them?
Well, the second one. Yeah.
Well, then,
You can
Okay.
map out a route for this
We're gonna-
guy
We're gonna bring
straight
him
to
back.
jail.
Yeah, we're gonna bring him back.
Yeah. Rhesus breaks the glass.
As you break the glass, you see a small mote of light kind of emerge. And it kind of gives you like a knowing bobble around your head. And then exits through the top of the yurt
Have
opening.
fun.
You hear outside screams of terror.
There was a part of me that was like, you know, if it goes ballistic here, like at least this place sucks. Not that all the workers suck, but you know, hopefully they get away. It's
Mhm.
fine.
I will tell you what you find, Blibble.
Yeah. Yeah. The real reason to play D&D.
The loot.
So you find 85 gold.
Yeah.
You find
Okay.
1 day's worth of rations.
Nice.
And then you find 2 vials of venom.
Just venom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You might want to note this down. This strange caustic venom, if you throw this at a creature or coat a weapon in it, they must succeed on a DC 11 Constitution saving throw, or take 3d6 poison damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one.
oh my gosh.
If it gets on them DC 11 Constitution saving throw,
Mhm.
then what?
Or they take 3d6 poison damage if they fail, or half as much on a success. And the reason you don't have to roll to identify this is you know this to be the fortified sort of goop that he was fermenting the fish in.
Yeah.
You find 2
Nice.
of these fortified vials. And other than
Nice.
that, you just find paperwork and things like that.
Nice. It's a little profitable. So, here's what I think. slap that patch back on. Let's cut away some of this sheeting or something. Maybe tie him up in it. Make it look kind of nice, like a parcel, like a package, you know? We could even, like, U-shape him if you want. I don't know. Wrap him up a bunch. Marin, this is your thing. Also, you know, I'm not the strongest, so it might make sense for you to carry, him. Also, you know, I feel like you don't want him to get away. And then we just walk out of here. And if anybody tries to stop us, you just you pull that auditor stuff. And if they ask what's in the package, then we say, do you want to come with? You know, something like that.
I'm happy with this plan, Blibble. We can, yes, let's do that.
As you exit the tent, Lavinia is still there with the construct, kind of some distance away. She didn't like walk right up to the tent with it. Notices that you have a large bundle, and is just kind of like, I suppose we're parting ways here, unless you need a ride back, which I'll give you a discount. 85 gold.
85 gold is wonderful. That is, yes, we need a ride back.
Off savings.
Just moments ago, Blibble was talking about how he's not that strong. He wouldn't be able to carry it. So we will need transportation back to, you know, our original destination.
I'd be more than happy.
185
traveling with all of you
total.
It's been just so satisfying. You're such a colorful bunch. I've learned so much. Yeah, if you just, it's a 15% discount. It is hefty.
Mm-hmm.
Blibble looks at everybody and then looks at Marin just to like see her face. Like,
this is ridiculous.
Marin's just holding the bundle, like blissfully unaware. She like meets your gaze and she's like, I don't want to carry it the whole way, Blibble. My feetsies do kind of hurt from walking.
$75 gold.
All right. 75 gold.
Bull takes the 10 away for himself. Here, looking at her like, you know, you're ripping us off.
Oh, wow. That's perfect. I don't even know how I'm going to spend all this money. Well, hop on in and I'll get y'all out of here all in one piece. With this much, I can surely retire from the Meridian Company, especially if they're engaging in shady dealings. Oh, don't look so glum, Blibble. Just watch the parking brake this time, why don't you?
All right,
And the crew
great, let's go.
Into the mining construct and heads back to report to guild headquarters in Loftham. With a mission successfully accomplished.
We did it.
And survived.
And survived.
And survived.
And survived.
And I start my career as Detective Lord Wyman the 8th.
You did call it, and I have to tell you, I was so excited. I am not one of those DMs that gets fussy when people solve things. I'm like, that means that the plot is coherent.
Yeah.
Real though, right? Like, it's a really good sign. You dropped like the right info for sure.
Because it's when people are like, I have no clue what's going on. Then I'm like, I have gotten too into the reads. When people are like, what if this, and this? And I'm like, no. Come through, coherency. Thank you so much for joining me on this amazing adventure. I love Lord Wyman's cadence, and I tried to do 2% of that as loud. Oh, that was such a good 23 on the intimidation. Everything went perfectly. Did I have another encounter map? I did, and we didn't even need it because y'all had such a great plan. It went so well. Thank you so much for playing this wonderful game
run.
with me.
Yeah.
It wasn't the pacifist run. Stealth pacifist run. Group two.
Except for the goblin baby, lost forever to the wolves
Lost
and the
forever.
forest. We may never
Lost
know.
forever.
Who knows?
Good job, everybody.
Left behind
figure out that
goblin baby.
Yeah, Reese is gonna be fucked up about that for a while.
Blibble. Which crew did you like more?
Don't ask him that.
I can't possibly make that distinction. Every crew is fun in its own right.
I
in its
hated
own
them all
way.
equally.
I know. I'm just fucking with you, Mac.
One perhaps robbed me, Blibble. I shouldn't say me. It's Blibble. Of perhaps lots of gold for the effort and time, but
I'm not gonna lie. When I rolled on the gold table and you got 85, I was just like, with Wyman volunteering your gold the entire time, I was like, Blibble's not gonna keep this. Like, this is gone. This money is gonna be volunteered, especially because the 100 was just to get you there. So it just made sense to be like, you want
it's
to
so
spread
much
that?
gold. It's
So
so
much
fucking
gold.
much gold. It's absurd.
Oh my gosh.
I'll
Let's
save
do our-
reasonings for why I didn't fight it as much for post show.
Yeah, let's go around and do our sign-offs with these characters, but not our last sign-offs, because I'm sure we will see this wonderful band of adventurers again. We're gonna go in the opposite direction this time. DJ Wheat, who are you? Where can people find you? What are you up to
I
these
am
days?
DJ Wheat. I play Detective Lord Wyman the Eighth. I will keep my promise to Meryl. There will be a song about this adventure. Now that we will figure it out. I'll figure out how to. But yes, I'm glad Lord Wyman survived. It was a pleasure to play with you all, and given the way that the Last Call for Adventure is kind of playing out, I definitely hope that I can return at some point to bring some more Wyman antics to the table. It's been an absolute blast. I love playing with you all. Bronze, excellent work. Enjoyed it thoroughly. And thank you so much for watching. I'm excited to see what goes down with Crew 3.
Fantastic. Max.
Yes, hello. I have also been Blibble. Trying to make his way in the world, earn some gold, and then, just things happen. It's okay. No, it was fun. It was
adventure, Max.
It was an adventure. Friends made along the way. Yeah, no, it was lots of fun. I'm super happy that it went as well as it did. I feel like there was multiple times where it could have gone off the rails, but you know what? The plan was solid. The plan was solid, and our suspicions were validated. And it was a blast playing with this crew, and of course, once again, with Bronze. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll talk more, obviously, about it in the post show. Don't like to give away too much. That way, that extra content actually has content. But thank you guys for watching. And it's been super fun to play Blibble, as always.
Are you going to be in Crew 3?
Fantastic.
I have no idea. We'll see.
Dodger.
Hi.
Blibble's a constant. We just always have Blibble.
Blibble's always there, dude. Hi everybody, I'm Dodger. And this has been super, super fun. It's been especially fun because I rolled like dog shit, and I can't tell you how many people were like, this character is not gonna live through this. And she did. Now,
You lived.
I had help. I had a lot of healing. I had a lot of assistance, especially for a character that I played as though she was trying to die. So thank you guys very much for that.
Mhm.
Yeah, Bronze an incredible DM. This has been so fun. It was so fun to play with Wheat again. It's been forever, and to play with Max for the first time. I would love to bring Rezis back. So hopefully that opportunity will present itself. And I hope that you all enjoyed watching.
We do love Rezis. That leaves me. Hello. Hi. We are taking next week off. We try to take a little bit of a break between arcs just so that gives me time to prep and for us to set up for the next cruise. Do not worry, this is not the end of Last Call for Adventure. We will be back with all new stories, a whole new, I like to think of this as an anthology, a whole new story, all kind of taking place in the same world. I am working on Desi Quest this month, so I'm going to be in LA for quite a bit of it. It's fun producing, writing, and DMing your own tabletop actual play. A lot of fun. So yeah, you can find me everywhere at That Bronze Girl, where I create something, content, I suppose. I'm not going to be live right after this, but I will be live later in the day playing Like a Dragon Ishin, because I'm a huge Yakuza fan. I love Ryuga Gotoku Studios. And what else was I going to say? Check out the Patreon post show. Check us out on Patreon and give us some support if you can. That's it. That's all I've got for you. This was a wonderful game. This was a wonderful finale. Oh, yeah. You all get 800 experience.
Oh, snap.
Woo!
Oh, what?
For the successful conclusion.
I'm 100 experience points away from
You all get
Already
900
leveled.
experience. You all get 900
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not leaving you 100 short for the successful deciphering of the for the entire quest,
Awesome.
your contract. I thought it was worth
me.
800. You know what? It's worth 900 now. Your contract is worth 900 experience.
7,400 is where I'm sitting.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Nice. Once more. Nice. Oh, fucking nice.
Have a good one, friends. We will see you again soon when the bell tolls again for another call for adventure. Have a good one. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.